Okay. Let's see. Are we live now? Some days are like this. Hello. All right. Can you all hear me? I've dropped the link. Okay, so hello. Let's wait for the hosts to jump in. Okay, we have 6 ladies, multi-talented young ladies. Okay, so yes, let's wait for them as they come on in. Okay. Yes. We have 2 of the ladies here. Let's wait
Why?
as more
Why not
jump
be like
on the
by
link.
you can only be you remember.
All of that looking shiny.
It's like that when your YouTube is always like that. No matter how you plan your live stream, when you start, it's always
My
somehow.
darling,
So
how you dey balance
yes.
this equation? Because this your camera they balance very well. They come out also for one road. So tell me how you dey balance this your
I need to
camera.
share.
Make I balance.
Let me share my live. Maybe I'll be off and then come back.
I use laptop.
Okay.
Hello, ladies. Welcome. We will officially welcome. Let's see. We have 2 more ladies, so they jump in, and then we officially welcome everyone, and then we introduce ourselves, and then we jump into the topic. Or should we start introducing ourselves while we wait for the other
Guys,
2 ladies to join? What's happening to Nikki? Oyoyo, are you eating now?
I was sleeping all through. I never remember that it's today. It's when I was hearing a noise on the WhatsApp. I had to check. I said, wait. Everybody don't talk now.
Lucky you that conversation was going on. You would have missed it.
You were not there.
Good. I hope they can see the
I
started eating when I didn't see anybody, so I sat here eating.
Ah. I hope it's showing. Let me see. Is there something in the private chat? Okay. Okay, I think it seemed like that was from me. Yeah, thank you. Okay. I see the Bunny girl said waiting. I don't see her here. In the chat, she said waiting, but I don't see her here. Or is it not visible? I don't know. Let me check. Okay. Nikki is back. All right.
sorry, ladies, I want to share.
Okay. So first of all, let me apologize to people that are going to watch the replay after the show has started already. Constant, come up. I see you in the private chat. Or should I drop the link again? So this is a show. Yeah, I'll call it a show, okay? Because it's hosted by 6 young, beautiful, talented ladies. Okay, they're not just talented, but they are multi-talented ladies. And the show is something that happens every Thursday, so once a week, and it is being hosted by each of the ladies that you see on your screen right now. After the live stream, although everyone here will introduce themselves, but after the live stream, the comment section will be open, so I'll be able to drop the names and the links to all their channels. So, because I know sometimes we get people that don't know us, they are just seeing us for the first time and they might want to connect and all of that. So yes, it's good to visit each and every one. Hello, Nessa Growth, you are welcome. Okay, the Banigos is also here. Okay, so we have one more to go. All right, so all their informations will be down in the description, so it will be easy if you cannot remember their names, because sometimes on live stream you cannot remember everybody's name to type and visit the channel. So it will be easier if you just check the comment section and you click on their links and get to their channels. Okay, so that being said, I will allow the ladies to introduce themselves one after the other. We have one more person that is yet to be here. You're welcome, YouTube police. So yeah, we have one more person that we are waiting for, but before then I will hand this over to one of the ladies to quickly tell us, because some people that will come in might not know the story, and depending on what country, what continent, where you live in, you might not have even seen the story at all, so you're not kind of left behind because you don't know the full story. So I'll give it to Oyoyo to quickly give us the backstory of what we're about to discuss today, so we can carry everyone along and people can also contribute in the comments section whatever their thoughts are. So over to you, Oyoyo. Give us a backstory and then we can introduce ourselves.
Thank you, hosts. Hi, everyone. Hi, ladies. And hi to everyone in the chat group. Thank you so much for joining us today. So we are talking about the recent event that happened in Lagos, Nigeria, whereby an ex-husband from the story was already making a reconciliation with the wife and invited the wife to come back to Nigeria. So the lady left Scotland, where she based with her children. On arriving to Nigeria, the brother picked her up from the airport and then drove her to the house. The moment they got into the house, the ex-husband poured them gas, petrol, and then set them on fire and ran away. So, which led to the lady's demise. I'm going to be using that word here. I think it's preferable than, because of YT. So, and from the look of things, the brother survived the fire for a few minutes, but I'm not sure he survived it eventually, because he was able to leave even some messages with the police people that came, with the ambulance people. I got the video where they interviewed him. He was explaining how everything happened before he got to the state. I'm not a medical doctor to say, but he was completely burnt, even as he was giving that interview from the video. And then the woman, was completely gone as well. So that's what we'll be discussing today. Ladies people in the comment section, feel free to throw in your weight in the discussion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so very much. You did a wonderful job explaining. So I know even people that will watch the replay, they'll be able to follow along and understand by the time each of the ladies will start breaking down and talking about what they think concerning the story. So now we will go into introducing ourselves. So people that don't know us, because not everybody on YT knows us, right? Because it's billions of people on this app, so we don't know who will see and that. So it's just good to introduce ourselves. Okay, so yes, my name is Octavia Cora, and I'm a YouTuber. I have 2 YouTube channels, Octavia Cora, and I also have the Mel Fierce Fitness, and I am one of the ladies of the hot topics. Unpopular opinion is what we share on this platform. Okay, thank you. Up to you, Tonya.
Are you sure Tonya can hear us? Put on your...
Her mic is muted. Yeah.
Hello, viewers. Good day from Arab Emirates. It's still your girl, UD. UD full meaning is Udoka. I'm from Anambra, Nigeria, and I basically based in UAE, United Arab Emirates. Okay, guys, and my YouTube channel is Ochtonia's Family, UCUD. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I can see our favorite lady in the building, Nem Ozo. Thank you for always being there for us. We appreciate. So my name is Oyoyo Sword. My name is Ifyo Oyoyo Ndoki. Before I will start calling my channel's name as my name. So I am Ifyo Oyoyo, and my channel's name is Oyoyo Sword. I have 3 channels actually. Oyoyo Sword and Oyoyo Ndoki's Kitchen, and I have kids channel. So if you don't know me, please check me out on those channels: Oyoyo Sword, Oyoyo Ndoki's Kitchen, and Ella and Lexi. I live in the US of A and actually live in the Midwest, and we have a lot of snow here. So if you also want to visit the US, please feel free to let me know so we can hook up and collaborate. Thank you, ladies.
Hello, everyone. Greetings from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm sorry I'm not showing my face right now. I'm having a terrible headache, but I just have to be here. My name is Princess Banigo, and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in Lagos. And I have 2 channels, the Banigos and Princess Banigo. And I'm one of the, honorable ladies of these great women gathered here. So thank you guys, and thank you for joining us. Nemuza, thank you for coming. I see everyone in the comment section. Thank you. Ladies, please, if my input is not as, I'm always, please just bear with me. Thank you.
Is it my turn? Okay, before the late comers, all right. Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Oh, good evening, all, and welcome to this our wonderful show of the Ladies of Hot Topics. I am Nikki, Nikki of Nikki Deep Global. My YouTube name is also Nikki Deep Global. All my handles are all Nikki Deep Global. Only the Instagram have 3 after the global. So thank you all for being here, and I hope you enjoy today's episode because it's actually I don't know if I would say it's gonna be hot or it's gonna be emotional or sad. I don't know how it's gonna be, but I hope it will turn out well. So you all are highly welcome, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for being here.
Hello everyone, my name is Constance of Constant Space. Guys, I am so sorry that I came late. I had traffic. I know Senegal are just they are kind of fasting now, so the traffic was just too much. But I'm here now, so I'm so sorry about that. So like I said, my name is Constance Madusim of Constant Space. That's my channel. I stay in Dakar, Senegal, and I am one of the ladies of Hot Topic. I just have one channel. I am still trying to manage that one channel.
So we're gonna break it down. No, not the only one we're gonna manage. How can everybody have to? So
guys, you guys are welcome to today's episode, and I hope you guys enjoy your stay. Thank you so much.
Great. Okay, so may I just add that the first segment of the show was hosted by Oyoyo's World. The second segment was hosted by the Banigos. The third segment was hosted by Constance of Constant Space. And this is the 4th segment being hosted by your girl here, Cora. Okay, so we still have 2 more ladies to go. So keep same time with us next week, Thursday, as we have Ochtonia and Nikki Deb Global. This is your name, Nikki. That will be hosting, okay? So, so you're all welcome. We're just going to dive right in right about now. We will start with you, the Bunny Girl, since you're not feeling too well. So you quickly give us your opinion, and if you're feeling like you want to step down at any point, at least you might have given us your own 2 cents or 3 cents, or should I say 10 cents of what you think concerning the story. Okay, go ahead.
See, I'm looking like house girl, but bear with me. I can't wear wig on this head. I'm having mad headache. Consti, how are you? Anyways, guys, so this issue, it choke. How can you invite a woman from the Obodo Ibo This obodo Igbo wey dey all of us eyes, all of us wey dey Nigeria, one japa. You now invite a woman from there, your ex-wife, or probably a woman that you're trying to, settle your issue with, a woman you were married to, or you guys are still married, they're trying to settle your issues. And then you invite her to come so that you guys can settle the issues. And the next best thing for you to do is, pour petrol and, just burn them. I can't, as in, when they say the heart of man is desperately wicked, as in, it is indeed wicked. Because I don't understand. And when love goes sour like this, my thought is always, what happened to the love you guys were sharing, the bond, the good times? Like, have you forgotten suddenly that the person has become your enemy, that you can just decide to just burn them or something? Just as in, love just goes sour like that. And I don't understand. It's crazy. I don't know what to say. The woman wouldn't have known that she was going to meet her end. There's no way she would have known, because if she had known, she probably wouldn't have even come to Nigeria at all. Or she would have even, tell the man, okay, let's meet somewhere, not in this place or something. But this should serve as a lesson, not just to, not just to the people that this thing has happened to. It should serve as a lesson to everyone that, you can't trust people really. No matter how much you feel you've known them in the past, or they're trying to come to, make peace, or they want to settle issues, it's better to, if they're going to come see you, let them, even if I say, okay, let them come and see you in your place. Like, okay, boy, thank you. So even if I said they should come and see you in your place, it's still not safe. You can't trust people at the end of the day. I don't know what to say. It's crazy. It's driving me mad that the woman didn't even make it out of this situation. Then her brother also, use head, they carry the matter, is just beyond me. As in, I don't know what to say. It's crazy. And I won't even wish on this on my enemy. My enemy, I won't wish this on them at all. So you guys just continue. I'm here listening.
Okay, so we would start from the top now. Up next is Oyoyo, and then Nikki.
All right, so I will say this is I have a friend that is very personal to, because she happens to know the lady in question. They work together in the banks in Nigeria. So this lady was doing well on her own. Maybe they had issues in their marriage, and then marriage went separate ways and all of that. Just like Princess said, the Bible said the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can tell? So, and also I said in the last show we hosted, there is a thin line between love and hate. It could be, I love you, honey, honey, honey. Just the next thing, once it goes south, it gets so ugly. You find out that love will instantly turn to hate. And it's so sad that it's happened. And now it's happening in Nigeria. We used to hear a lot of such stories in the US. I brought my wife to the US. I sent her to nursing school. She started making money, and then she doesn't want my family members to come. She doesn't want to use her money, doesn't want me to spend the money as well. And all, she cut me off and all of that. And then the man, one of them walked up to where the lady was walking. And then, Bema, the lady, I want this stream to be monetized. That's why I'm not using some certain words. So the man went to the office and then used Obunibe, I don't know what name to call it, and Peme the lady. And then at the same time, Peme himself, he waited for police to come. And then one of them is in jail. He's been in jail. The one that did not Peme himself is still alive but rotten in jail. Several of these kind of stories have happened in Houston. The one that I believe most of us saw the video or the audio, when he was narrating everything he did to the woman and how the woman refused his own family to come and all of that, and then went to their home, met the woman, and then called 911. The moment the 911 got there, he met himself because he didn't want to go through the jail process. So it's so pathetic, and I don't know if at all they think twice what will happen to our children if both of us are maybe incarcerated or one is gone beyond. So when I heard that story that happened in Nigeria, I was like, wow, was the man living overseas? Maybe he borrowed that culture and transferred it back home. Or what was he thinking? Didn't he have a family? At least we don't just restrict ourselves to, you know, our nuclear family. We have extended family. Your father, you must have discussed with your father. You must have discussed with your mother, your brother, your sister. Only God knows what drove that man to that extent, because it was horror. The video, if you don't have a strong heart, you can't be able to watch that video. The pictures are so bad. Then you now ask yourself, what will happen to the children? I believe the children might be overseas. What will happen to their children? Who is going to raise them? Because now that the man has been caught, that means he's going to, maybe the rest of his life will be, he'll be, you know, incarcerated. Then what happened to the children? So it's just, to me, it's more of a medical problem than hate, if I will use that word. It's more of a medical problem than hate, that the person has gone colo completely to have gotten to the extent of doing that.
Okay, Nikki, you're next.
All right. Well, the Banigos and Oyoyo have said it all. And then, you know, sometimes they say we shouldn't, if we're angry, we shouldn't react or do something when we are angry. You understand? Because at the end of the day, we might just end up regretting our actions and things like that. And then sometimes as well, depends on how things have been going on with you and your partner. There are some level you guys might get to when it comes to not being together and things like that. You might really not need to trust that person 100% again. I'll use myself as an example. I know I've been separated from my kid's father for more than, since 2017, I would say, okay? So as of last year or so, he said he was going to visit UK because he stays in Germany. He says he was going to visit UK that he would like to see the kids. To over for more than 3 years, him and the kids have not seen themselves. He hasn't even called them on the phone, but all of a sudden he said he wanted to see the kids and things like that. Okay, so when he called and said that, I was like, it's fine, you will see the kids. Actually, the day he said he was gonna come to see the kids, I was supposed to go to school that day, but I told him, if you're coming to see these kids, I will cancel every appointment I have because I have to be with the kids. I'll be there. Wherever you want to take them to, I will be there, you know. So he was like, why would you do that? Why would you say that? Am I not their father? Does it mean that you don't trust? I was like, I cannot, no matter what you say now, I can never trust you around them at this point in time. You understand? Some people outside might say, oh, come on now, he's their father. He cannot harm them. He cannot do anything to them and things like that. I know he's their father. But those people, sometimes, if they want to hurt you, they don't care how they want to do it. They don't care the extent they can go to, as long as they want to get to you, like they want to really get to you bad. You understand? So it's not the person you know when you guys were doing your lovey-dovey or when you guys were in peace and things like that. That is not the same person you're also going to meet. So if there has been kind of any issues those two people had when things went sour, and then this guy, or maybe he's already in Nigeria or he has been in Nigeria for a long time before they had these issues, maybe out of jealousy, maybe the woman is richer than him or things like that, and then he asks you to come back, even if it's for peacemaking or anything, you must be extremely careful. When I mean being careful, if that house that they even slept on is the house that belongs to the man and the woman, maybe both of them are staying there before when things were good, the woman wasn't supposed to stay in that house. If actually, like, let's just say, when things happen, we'll say, had I known, had it been,
Nikki, let me cut in here. The woman wasn't staying in the house. I guess the woman, must have thought about what you're trying to explain. That was why he invited her brother to come and pick her from the airport and invited a third party into the process. So the brother went with her to that particular house in question, and that was why they both, we are,
Yeah.
affected. So
Yeah,
she must have thought about what I would have said if she had any inclination of any kind. She would have said, okay, let's meet in a public place.
Yeah, and even said if she knows that this man knows this house, you understand, this man is free to come. Because when I saw a BBC News where they were interviewing the guy's wife, that's the late the guy's the one that also left with the sister. When they were interviewing the wife said that this man has the spare key of that house. That is to say, actually, is their house. Let's just say it's a family house. So because she said that when the guy came in the first time, that the brother and the sister were not sleeping, so he was not like he started causing issues with them. So the brother was like, "What's all those things that they're not here to cause issue? That there's no quarrel here and things like that." Then the man angrily left the house. So before he came back, that is, the man has a spare key. Before he came back, they were already sleeping in the sitting room. Then he took whether it's fuel or something like that and poured it on them. That when he poured it on them, he lit them up, ran outside, locked the door, disconnect the water, ran out screaming. That is to say that he has so much. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Sorry, I just got a call. So,
Okay, I think I will come in here.
That is to say that this man has as
Nikki, I'm no longer hearing you.
a call came in. Can you hear me?
No. So leave it. Let me go. No, then you come up again. Okay, that's it. According to what Nikki has been saying, out of experience though, I myself have witnessed such experience also, because I used to tell you guys I was once married before I divorced and got myself my heart desire. So all these things, this love you are looking at, most of them we don't even go into it out of love. We go into it unknowingly. We don't even know how we carry waka, enter there, sit down there. At the end of the day, when you realize your mistakes and you want to move, the other spouse might be so bad that the love automatically turn to hatred. Okay. My own experience was when I left my ex, it was terrible because I have kids with him. And he never trusted me for one day, leaving the kids at my side. In fact, he pursued me up and down as in like cockroach. You know how they pursue cockroach? I shouldn't near them. I was wondering, sometimes I was asking him, I'm the one that gave birth to these girls and these children. He was like, his excuses was, he never told me, he never tell me that on my presence, but he told people that his excuse was like, I am going to hurt the children. That in his mind, I am so bad that I will kill my own kids, to get back at him. Because he know that he did a very terrible act. He know that he dealt seriously with me. So in his mind, he thought I had such a dubious mind like him. Then, anywhere I go, he never let me near the kids, not even to sit with them for 1 minute. My own story was terrible. Even in the school, if I'm parking, the security man will be watching where I park, following my car, even to follow the school bus at the back. They monitor me totally. As in, even when they hear about I'm coming or I'm there, they will call him. It's the signal he gave to them that they should call him. He will come at that side, monitor me, not even for monitor me in front of my kids, monitor me to leave before the kids will get to the destination. It was that terrible. So now, with this happening now, I now remembered and I now know his fears. You understand? That means something like this has been happening. That means he can do such a thing, because if he can think it, if I was the one that is in the position of those children, he would have done that. Because, okay, now look at what marriages are turning into. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, because it's not supposed to be like this. It's not supposed to be like this. When there is no more marriage, why can't us move on? Why can't us just do what we are supposed to do and wait for those children. They have their own say also. They are human beings as well. They can decide to come back to you without even their dad knowing. They can decide to come back to you without even their mom knowing. Let them to say their own mind. Don't put on whatever that is between you and the wife, between the children. They have their own life to live. You have given them life, yes. You don't owe that life. It's not for you to take. With what is happening in that particular story, I was so bad. You posted the video, Oyoyo. I wouldn't even, I said I downloaded it and I immediately rushed to and delete it. I couldn't even set my eyes on the video. Even that man, this fire have already chopped him. He's innocent of all this. Why will the heart of man be so evil?
Well, one thing you will know, is that, like I said before, they said, do not take any action when you're angry, because after that you will regret it. The man that did this thing now, wherever he is, he's regretting it. But when he was doing that thing, all his mind is just let him get this revenge.
That man is evil. He deserves death by hanging. He's evil.
We are not the ones to judge. He's not the only one that has
no matter how hatred, he's evil to start with.
Okay, let me come in here. Nikki gave you threw in more light into this by explaining from the interview on BBC that the guy has access to the home, waited until they were sleeping, came and bought them gasoline, lit them on fire, and then locked the door, ran away.
Locked the door, disconnected the water.
So like these things he did are serious intent, which the court is going to look at. So he has no way of exoneration. The only thing that they could have, used to like exonerate him, kind of say insanity. But anybody playing insanity cannot say you were insane
when you disconnected both water.
When you locked the door.
But sorry, they saw it coming, because when he was angry and he left, this woman would have been conscious of everything.
No, they didn't see. They didn't see
a different date that he was angry.
They didn't see it coming. This is what I'm saying.
But anyway, before we get into the main analytics, let's allow Constance to say what she has to say, and then we can start.
Constance here. Well, you're not the one that put yourself on no video. I didn't know you were. Constance, we can't hear you.
Sorry, I didn't know. Sorry. Hello, everyone. As Nikki said, guys, the thing is, when we are in a relationship and we can see the red flag, to me, I feel, people will be like, for example, now we, the Igbo tribe, they will be like, Uguanyi, Budia, and I found out that some of us kind of make so many efforts to remain in a marriage, even when it is bad, like even when you can see the red flag, even when we can see that things are no longer going the way it's supposed to be going. We'll be like, people will be like, what will people say? Okay, should I leave? If I leave now, people will say I could not stay in my marriage, or I could not control my home. At the end of the day, like I told one of my friends one certain time, that this thing called relationship works hand in hand. You understand? It takes two to tango. So if you expect one person to be putting the effort, it's not going to work. So as a woman and you are in a relationship and you notice that something is wrong, to me, I feel you should walk away. To me, I feel we are getting to a stage whereby all these things are no longer a do or die affair. You are there, you are trying to manage, you are trying to live up to, for you to see if you can work, if it can work, or maybe he's going to change. Like me, I always feel like you can never change an adult. You understand? So if it's no longer working, or okay, this is not what you bargained for.
Let me come in here. Most of these issues we are having is not people in the relationship anymore. It's either they were going through divorce process or they've already been divorced. Most of the cases in the US, you said, okay, you drove me out of my home because if the man gets violence, all the woman needs to do is to just call 911. Because there is violence there, they are going to take up the man out of the house. So the man will go and find a place where he's going to live. And then if the woman file for restraining order, that means within the radius of that home, the man is not expected to be there. That's why most of them will go to their office to do the payment, to go and payment them in the office. You understand? Because they don't have access to around those the property. It is so bad that we don't know. You really, that's what I'm saying. There is a thin line between oh love it, honey, 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 and then this woman is very wicked. This man is very wicked. It's so thin. You understand? But
Yeah.
let me pause here.
Okay, there's another thing. There's another thing. Just like Constance said, the red flag. Sorry, yeah. You know, sometimes in this relationship of a thing, the man and the woman might have some kind of arguments where the man will use threatening words, yeah. And sometimes we don't take this thing serious. You will see a man talking to a woman, telling the woman, "I will do this to you. I will do that to you. If you do this for me."
They are very serious.
Sometimes we don't take it serious. You understand? Sometimes we don't take it serious. We'll be like,
we have an open mind.
Yeah, sometimes we feel like, oh, they're just saying this thing out of anger or things like that. Like I've heard the stories, like somebody will say, if you do this kind of thing, you and your generation or you and your family members, I will do this one to you. I will finish all of you. I will take all of you out of this one and things like that. Sometimes we feel like, oh, it's just a mere words, yeah. So these two people now, you never can tell. Maybe along the line of their life, the man might have said something like that. That if you do something like this in this life, I will deal with you. I will do this one. I will, sometimes the woman might not even take it serious. So the thing is all those things at the end of the day, had it been, that is what happened. That is where it will still end to. Because had it been this woman knew that this man would go to that length, she won't even sleep in that house with the brother. No matter she taking the brother as a third party, as a protector, as whatever. Even if you like gather the whole army. Armies cannot come inside your room and start sleeping with you. You understand? And they cannot, unless you have that serious quarrel with this man. You say, okay, don't allow him to come inside. Even if you don't allow him to come inside the house, you can still take that phone and put it around the whole house and still lit the whole place up. So the best thing would have been this woman being so careful, not even to sleep in that house, not even in her own family house, look for a hotel, stay there for her safety. But because all those things couldn't come on her mind at that point in time, that was why she just have to, oh, I know the kind of man I'm married to, thinking that she's still married with the same person. Like I give an example.
Let me come in here. I want us to refresh a little. There are
so I want to say something. Like for example, now, Nikki, now you left your marriage, right? And I'm sure this is something you didn't do. Maybe you didn't think. As in, I would say it took your time for you to finally decide I am walking away. You understand? Mm-hmm. Maybe at some point you have given chances, like thinking that maybe something miracle will happen. You understand? At the end of the day, it's okay, this is what I'm going to do. And you finally decided to leave. Yeah. Just imagine maybe now you decide to go back again. Let me give him a second chance. Maybe he will change. You understand? No. So I think the woman made a mistake by going back. You only left.
Let me tell you something. Everybody cannot be that. You see me now. Everybody cannot be me. That's one thing, okay? You see me now. My second chance, I give it at that, like I give it when during the process. You understand? Everybody cannot be me. That's the gospel truth. My second chance, I give it during the process. I will be in the same house with you and give you that second chance. Yeah. You might not know. I don't know. You might not know. It's not only when I leave the house that I'll give you the second chance. That second chance I'm giving it there. I will give you the second chance that I will even give you up to the third chance or even fourth. So that when I finally leave that door, like I told people, even if my father should wake up from his grave and say, my daughter, you must go back here, I will not try it. You know why? Because even if I go there, if my life is not in danger in his own hands, it will be in danger in my own hands. Because I'll be frustrated. One day I will decide, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. Boom, I'll take myself. You understand? So those are just the things. Some people can give the second chance and it will be blissful for them. It's very possible. So what we're saying now is this, like, yeah, so you know, some men, they will still be what they are and still be pretending like, oh, please just come back. Let's just do this. And I know I've offended you. And if they say this kind of thing, if it's a man that you love so much, oh my God, you'll be like, child, let me just forgive you.
The thing is, the man, if the man begs her to come back for the second time, you know, one thing about this life is if you have an issue with somebody, if that issue is intense, like how you guys went very deep, and that person comes to make peace, that person, most people come to make peace in order to get you for the implants they have already for you. You understand? So this man might even have this in mind even before she came back.
What are you saying?
You understand? So we shouldn't give that second chance in all situations or in all cases.
Of course, you have it in mind.
We might be here saying all of what we are, our opinions, you understand? But the bottom line is that we don't know the roots of the whole story. So
That's it.
we don't have access to the whole story. That's why we have to diversify the discussion. I was trying to say something before. There are women that have taken, you know, all the preliminary cautions you can think about. They took all of those. Last year, no, was it last year or last 2 years? We heard about a Ghanaian pastor that went to the woman's office and in US and met the woman. We saw the videos online. It was a pastor. They were having problems. They videoed when the woman was packing out of the house. She came with the brother. The man was saying all sorts of things, but the brother helped the girl because they didn't understand why the girl was still there. So the girl packed out of the office. They got all the restraining order and all of that you can think about. But the man still went to her place of work, waited for her to get in there and did the act. So we can actually say that even if you do, she will sleep in a hotel, or if he still wants to do the same thing, because his mind was already made up to go and do this. He had thought about it. In law, they call it premeditated. He thought about the whole process, the gasoline, the disconnecting the water, the locking the door. He has prepared his mind how he was going to deal with this woman. But I guess he didn't know that the brother was going to be sleeping in that same house with the woman, because it now became two casualties. So the thing is that we pray that we don't get it.
I still think that it's out of fear that makes that woman to tell the brother to stay back.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
He knew that something is out of fear, but he doesn't know.
It's more like having a second person. That's why I'm saying that sometimes it still end up with had it been.
Yeah, every story, every casualty,
it ends up like that because if this woman, let's just assume now, okay, let's say we are not in the Western world, we're in Nigeria when this whole thing was happening, and this woman finished staying in Nigeria, maybe hiding herself, staying in a hotel. The man wants to see you. Okay, if you want to see me, can you come to the place? Maybe even in a public place or something like that. We see after seeing them, you go your way, unless if he will start tracing them, maybe following them to know where to go.
What you recognize is that these kind of stories are not what we hear in our country. We don't hear those stories in Nigeria. And so there is no way that woman would have thought in that direction. It's not something we hear people going to do juju, you understand, doing jazz.
Yeah.
But we've never heard somebody, pouring petrol on somebody, locking the door, disconnecting the water and running away. So there is no way the woman will think about that at all. Or there is no chances for her to give room for such thoughts to even come.
The truth of the matter is that, just like I said about myself, when my kid's dad said he wanted to come and see them, at the end of the day, yes, he visited UK, and then he said he was coming there. Where do we? I said I can't. The truth is that I can never give you my address.
Correct.
You can wait for us in supermarket.
Don't try to even when he comes around, don't allow him follow you. I'm not
that crazy. I'm not that crazy. And when I took the kids to the mall where he was gonna see them. After seeing them, I went in my car. I no taxi, nothing. I have to go with my car. So when we stayed all there before it was time for him to leave, I was like, "We're not leaving yet. You can leave. Yeah, we are still at the mall." I told him that we still want to walk around. Okay. So before he left, when he now left, I know the time we took there before, and the side I took was never the side we came with. You understand? So all those things, when I'm doing it and people see me doing it, they'll be like, "Come on now, this guy is a cool guy. Now this one is a," but you never can tell. You just never can tell. If this person, you say, okay, stay with the kids for just 1 minute, and then you go there, the next minute you turn back, you can't see them again. It's possible to happen. And then you start wondering, be like, oh, no, this man is a very quiet person now, he's a very calm person now. But you won't know that this person has already been thinking, how do I get to this person? How do I deal with this person? Okay, like the lady that was interviewed, the brother's wife that was interviewed, she was like, that the sister never wanted to take the house away from the, I mean, the brother and the sister never wanted to take the house away from the guy. It's like the guy was thinking the woman wants to take the house away. I don't even know what happened and whether that was the reason he did what he did. But at the end of the day, the house is destroyed. So how would he get it?
Insurance. If the house is on insurance, they are going to rebuild the house, even make a better one. So,
but the woman is dead.
But the woman is dead. So the children in this relationship, what is going to happen to them?
The thing is,
someone will raise.
You can never change an adult, seriously, but we're afraid to understand this. We can never change an adult. And I heard the family member try to bring them together the second time. You know, this thing, family member, they be like, you have to endure, you have to marry, you have to be. They are not in your shoes. They don't know what you are going through. I don't know why sometimes we allow this family member thing. What people say, my family member said this, my family member said that. Look me now, okay, for example, now in my, as in what I'm going through now, like if I want to listen to family members, or let me listen to what people will say, I might be making so many mistakes, and I might not even make some certain decisions that I want to make because family member that are not in your shoes, that don't know what you are going through.
Yeah. The truth is that they don't live with that man. They don't live with that man. They only act on what was said to them. Okay. You know, why I love this topic is because it's more like I'm speaking out of experience. I don't know if you understand. In my own case, this person will call my family and tell them, oh my God, I've changed so much. I'm doing this kind of thing now. I'm looking after my kids so well and all that. This is the same person that will tell my family members this, right? And my family members will be like, oh my God, this man has changed. Come on now, you have to go back. You need to give him a second chance. This same person telling them this thing will not send a penny in a month for his kids to feed. I don't know if you understand that. Then when he started announcing it that in fact he's taking good care of the kids and all that, was when he started sending, like, let's say you're giving a woman 30,000 in Nigeria to take care of 3 kids in a whole month, and then you're announcing it to the world. Oh my God, I'm doing all those kind of things and things like that. You understand? So, but those family members will be like, oh, he's doing so well now. He has already changed. But this is the person you live with inside the house, and you know how he reacts. Like somebody might tell you now, okay, I'm a changed person, yeah. And that changing of a thing might just last for just 1 week.
Just 1 week.
Just 1 week. That changed person will just last for 1 week.
You are so right. 1 week.
And then after the next week, he become what he is again. And then before you know what is happening, oh, I'm going to change. This one, I've repented. Fine and good. Okay, are you going to change? Yes, I'm going to change. After 1 week again, he become what he is. You understand? So, but when he told those family members, they will believe that he is supposed to, he has changed. So it's just you as an adult that will know. Can I handle this? This is somebody I've been living with for a very long time, and I know his character. I know everything about him. If he tells those people that he has changed, how has he been acting when he was with me in the house? If he tells me he has changed, did he finally change, or he's just like changing for just a number of time and then he becomes what he is again? So that is just the thing. All those things is all about our own decision. I know some women, yes, we really want to remain in this place. I don't want people saying, I don't want to hurt my mom, I don't want to hurt my dad, I don't want to do this one and that one and that one. And at the end of the day, what happens?
You lose your life.
You lose your life, and then they are still living. They will just mourn this woman after 1 year, and everybody has already still living their life. They will all start living their life, and then the kids, what happens to them? Just like we're saying now, what happens to the kids? Nobody knows their age gap now, whether they are still kids or teenagers or whatever. But at the end of the day, they will end up being like, now that they stay in Scotland, highest, maybe they'll just take them and give them to the society there. I mean, to the government to start taking care of them. Are they not waste? At the end of the day, they're waste. So those are the things we just have to put into consideration. No matter whom we want to please, if we want to please the family members, or want to please ourselves, or please the kids that were brought into this world.
You know, for example, let me give an example. if you are in a relationship with a man that maybe whenever he wants to have which English do I even use? Whenever you guys want to do the do, you understand? He always forces you to do it. Like he's this rugged. How will I even describe the man in bed? You understand? This is something he does. You understand? As in, it's part of him. Like you can observe that this is part of him, and you're not kind of person you can't even take it. Then it's okay. I can no longer go on this marriage. You now separated. Later you say, let me come back and give him a second chance. Like you already know that this is who he is. As in, this thing he's doing is inside him, and you're saying he's going to change.
You see me, so Constance, that have been ladies for you. We always wave a lot of things.
We like using this thing they call love. I love him. It's because I love him. I love. You are there dying. That's love.
That is when some people say love is a scam. Love is not a scam. It's only that we misunderstand love most of the times. You see,
love is not enough. Love is not enough.
We misunderstand love. We misunderstand love most of the times because you see me as I did. So I use myself as an example. The man I stayed with, the man I lived with then can never call me back, and I will call me back, same house, same room, close this my two eyes. I will never, because I knew what I went through, and it's not a dating. We're supposed to be getting serious with the little things that happened then. Let's not take it for granted. What kills us is granted. We this year, get off.
You know, people can never change easily. Anyone that has something he or she is doing, that this is who you are. If that person says he has changed, maybe within that 1 week that you are kind of, it's like he has changed you. The person is only pretending to be that thing you want him to be. After 1 week, 1 month, he will go back to who he is. So why do you think he can change and give him the second chance? And then at the end of the day, you are dead.
Mostly men. Did you know that my ex actually told me one day that Nama Mutatia, sorry to use Igbo. Nama Mutachana Tia Mutachana, that was there before the tell me one reason why he will say I can never know him well. Don't you want this marriage to hold? You don't want it to go. So me that said, okay, baby,
let me say something here, Tonya.
I'm trying to learn you.
Tonya,
and I said, I'm telling you. You now tell me that I can never learn you in life.
Let me say something, Tonya. Even our own, the one we think, yeah, we are in, you know, we are sweethearts with, and all. You can never know a man 100%. Even the one that is telling you today, honey, I love you, kiss you here. Even you yourself, you're still unraveling yourself as a human being. I'm still trying to find out who I am. Not more of going to have the burden of no. He's doing you a good thing, doing you so much service by telling you, at least letting you know ahead of time.
Yes, so
they fail to understand that you're not there to study him.
And the thing is that I'm ever ready. He made me ready. With all that thing, he made me ever ready. For one day, I never see myself being there forever. Do you understand? I was everly ready. That is why it never got to me, never hurt me. Did you understand?
There's no way to hurt you because you may fail. How can you say that?
Even my car, when my car spoiled, he will let me go and be suffering inside Ladipo, looking around where to get my things. I started staying alone like a man without his help. If anything happens to me, I give him a call. He will ask me, am I a doctor? If I call him on phone, baby, our car broke down. Even with the children, he will ask me, am I a mechanic, this woman? The way he will react, it will look like I've spoiled a lot of things for him. Whereas he's a man that left the house with me. I slept with me. He will just pick a call like, this woman.
Wow.
What's this?
See, let me tell you, Tonya, you can't. There is no way you tell me that you didn't miss. What is there to miss? Is it
because this is like an old story. This is something.
But let me tell you people, these men never marry out of love. I'm just finding out. They always marry for money. Because I remember very well that my own husband, my ex-husband, told me that he married me because of beauty, that I'm tall, beautiful. He told me physically. He married me because I'm tall and I'm beautiful. He wants a tall and fine children. Simple. And nothing like love exists in his dictionary.
He doesn't know love, and you can't give what you don't have.
That is it. And the very first time he spoke it sank into the dull brain. Because all his attitude shows that exactly what he said.
See, let me say something, Tonya. Those kind of men, they never see their fathers show love to their mother.
Yeah.
Raised.
Exactly.
He never saw his mother being
no. The opposite of it all is that the mother was so callous. The mother never showed love to the father. Even in my presence, the man fell down. Even when I left their home, I was coming to see if I would see my kids. The man fell in front of me. This woman left this man injured because he's old, he's sick.
Now you're talking. Now we know the root of your problem. So he wouldn't want a woman to put him in the situation the mother put the father.
Yes.
So he's repeating that attitude. I want to be the girl, whatever is final.
Yes. And I could remember whenever their mother wants to talk to me, that woman will say, my son is very, very strong. That is the language he used for me.
The man did not want to experience what his father went through. Let's see comment. So Nemuzo said here, they never change. Abusive men tell you what you want to hear. Mind control. You know, all those abusive men, I think they're the most romantic men.
They are very smart.
They're
smart, like a serpent.
They're the most romantic, like when they want to use their sweet voice, your heart will melt, like, hey, God of mercy. So, okay, since as I said, men that tell lies are extremely wicked. Hey, they are not ready to learn or change. They can never learn or change.
Don't even go there. A man that lies to you is something else. Don't even trust him for anything because your life is at stake here.
Okay, Nemozo said to Yoyo's word that but we should never make excuses for that. A lot of people from that type of home try to do the opposite. Well, I think training differs though.
Yeah.
Let me not say training. I think this is a personal thing. Like you might see somebody from a very bad, let's say the background is really bad. Like the family is this and that. You know, we know them as this. But at the end of the day,
let me help you, Nikki. Let me help you because I overheard my ex then saying that the life he's living now is what he chooses.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That everybody is
sometimes it's not from what the parents did. Sometimes it's his choose. He chose it. Do you understand? He told me,
Tonya, let me say something. A man that is mentally sick will not admit that he's sick.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, upbringing has a way of playing into our lives. Let me use a very simple thing to give an example. Growing up, you remember in the 80s, in the 80s, 70s, a lot of people drank, they ate cornflakes, right? My husband is still eating cornflakes up till now. That's his breakfast. So you can't change. I tried several times, like, why are you still on this cornflakes? Forget it, that's breakfast. Because that's what he was raised with. And it has formed his taste, his appetite in every. I'm just using the smallest of something to make similarity. So whether we like it or not, most of those men, they experience abuse. Either that their father abused their mother.
You're right.
So it became part of it. And in Africa, we don't do therapy. We don't even believe in anything therapy. So we grew up by force. And then we grew up by our own, trying to like form, okay, where do I fit in? Which path should I follow? But the other things, the other traits are still hidden in our body. That's still hidden in our mind, in our head, in our souls. So it depends on what prompts an action, and the reaction will come out. Let's assume the woman just came and marrying a very rich man, young girl, happy. You know, honey, I want you to buy me a car. The man said, why should I buy you a car? When my mother was in your age, she wasn't driving it. You did not do anything bad, though. You only just like excitement. After all, cars feed it, the whole house. But he's taking you back to your age mate. She was not driving a car. It's part of wait, okay. If only our people will embrace therapy, even if you don't want to go and see a shrink, you understand? Therapy is not until you go and see a shrink. Like what we are doing here, a lot of people are getting something. We are also learning. It's going to form of, you have friends you can talk to, you have family member, you have siblings you can talk to. You understand? Even in our personal lives, if we have problems, right, there is that person that will talk to you, you will calm down by force. You understand? But we ignore all those options, especially this man that went and permitted the wife.
Do you know that? Oyoyo, sorry to cut you short.
Yeah,
do you know that this my ex actually doesn't listen to anybody. Nobody talks to him. He doesn't sit down. Even the people that said they stood for us in our wedding, he never listens to them. Even up to today, till today, he never. Even the mother used to say it with his mouth. If you don't know the man you married, that means you don't know nothing. So, will you be proud of such son? Even when Ebube Monso of all people, a reverend father that everybody knows, summoned him, he never went to go there. He never. He asked him if he's married. Why will he tell him what to do? Did you see this kind of man? A reverend father that is a childhood friend, distant kindred, have to come to their house and kneel down for the mother. Did you see? I cannot be solving such a marital issue in so many houses while my own home will be scattered. Did you know that this woman opened her mouth even though they called her Ezinne? She opened her mouth and told the man to stand up and go. That's
yeah, I think the man actually has more power due to the fact that the mom is supporting him so well. Because
yes.
women have power. Women, we have so much power.
And could you believe that I wasn't the only woman that left that home? We left like 3. The woman was so eager to like control her children.
So there can never be peace. That's just the gospel truth. There can never be peace.
When others are living, when others are living, I was thinking I'm the perfect wife.
Oh,
when they leave, they will contact me and say, be very, very careful. Our mother-in-law is putting hands on you. Be very, very careful. And I will purposely go and tell her. See what they told me. she will stop looking at me. Okay, now. Your thought is coming.
Oh my goodness.
It's not funny.
So today my question is that so the woman has 3 sons and none of them is living with her.
Not three. This woman, wow. She have them like 8 children. Wow. 8 children, and that 8 children, he makes sure that she interferes in their homes. Even though she's in the village, all of us are in Lagos, different places, but she still managed to. Even the father of the children used to stop her, but she leaves him. She bends him. I said, I have not seen such a lioness. Oh, God.
There's something I want us to even talk about, still concerning this matter. The fact that it seemed like our culture too and tradition is to be blamed. because when two people are having problems in the marriage, you will notice that the woman is mostly blamed
Yeah,
by the what should I call them, the umunas, like the family
Okay.
members. You, the woman, is the first person to take the first blow. Okay, I'm not talking about physical blow, but words and
No matter
everything. Like,
what,
what are you doing? You're not doing the right. Maybe you're not respecting your husband, even
even
though they're
from
not
your
living
marriage,
with you
even from
in
your
the
own
same
family.
home. So I feel like that also played a role in the death of this woman, because I think it was either Uzo or Uju in the comment section said something that before this happened, that this man had actually chased the woman with a cutlass. And I'm thinking, somebody chasing you with a cutlass, who settled them and said it was okay for her to give birth to this woman,
that
to
was
this
the same
same
thing
man?
I said. That was the same thing I said, that we don't know if in the past, or just with mere words, when this man was talking to this woman, whether he has actually made some threat.
exactly.
So now it's not even a threat, but it has happened like
It's gone.
physical. And then this person still tells you to, what kind of peace do you want to make with this kind of person? Like, what kind of peace is
That's
that?
why I'm saying that culture and tradition plays a role, because it's the village people that will send for you people and decide to settle you. Forgive him, it's a man. That is how men behave. A lot of things they do, they target. That is how men behave. Forgive him.
Exactly.
Or you hear things like, do you know what your own father did? Do you know what this other person, your uncle, did? Do you know what the other one did? But we endured, we stayed. And you will hear it mostly from the women, So I feel like our culture played a role too. So it's something we need to talk about also.
what I want to say. You know what I want to say on this. That's why I said that this topic, I really love it. I really love this topic because I will be talking out of experience. And Tonya is also here. Anyway, Tonya, I think her own shouldn't be as difficult as mine. During my own time.
As in your own is sucking breast. When I'm really ready to bring it out forth, okay, on screen, come to my page, you will love it, because I will have part 1, part 2.
No. When I mean your own is a bit okay, is that at least your family supported you. Tonya, you're with a man now. You're happily married with a man now.
Yes.
Do you know my family? My family cannot even hear that that I even have a boyfriend.
Serious.
My family can't even hear that I have a boyfriend.
But we don't want you to die.
If I chose to, if I have wanted to remarry, I would have remarried since. But because those people said they will never ever collect any money from any man again. When I say I'm not going to marry again, I was the one that actually say I gave up. Or you understand that? Yeah.
No, mine was actually done through prayers, and also I cried out.
But this still boils down to the culture that we're talking about.
Yeah,
you understand? You leave the house and they tell you don't come back. So as if they're chasing you away. Immediately they marry you, they are chasing you away. Don't come back.
Yeah. So that is why it's not left for us now. It's our own decision. You understand me now? Because when they were telling me, do you know there comes a time. There comes a time, my family, all my family from A to Z, I'm the last one in my family, they all backed out. They turned their back on me this way. Like they turned their back on me. Like nobody want to associate with me, because it happens that I am the bad one now. I don't know if you get it, but I told them, as long as I'm concerned, like my mom even used her own marriage to give me an example. My mom said, what about their own time? What about their own time? Do they know what is love? My sister said, my stepsister said, even her husband, do I even know how they've been living? At the end of the day, they are still together today, and this one and this one. I said, okay, your own time. My mother, 19 waiting. When do you get married? I don't know. It's not my problem. If that was what you chose, it's fine. See what is going on now. You are fighting for me as your daughter. That's a good thing, though. It's not a bad thing at all. But do you remember that I already have kids as well that I need to fight for? This is not about you now. It's about myself and my kids. Because if anything should happen to me tomorrow, when I go in Nigeria, nobody cares. Nobody will give a damn about my children.
Nobody cared. Just like one lady I saw on TikTok, Nikki. Just like one lady I saw on TikTok. She lives in Europe. She has her children, and they separated. The husband married another person totally and left her, not even caring. That day, this lady was sick in the hospital. She was shedding tears on live on TikTok. saying that if anything should happen to her, we should pray. If anything should happen to her, that these children doesn't know anything, and their family is very far off. Everybody is in Nigeria. Nobody knows these children.
So what I'm saying now is this: even if the culture wants to push us to do what we don't want to do, to make us to be where we're not supposed to be, let me tell you, as an adult, like I told my people, when I was young, I was living with you guys. You were feeding me. In fact, if I want to buy biscuits, you give me money for biscuits. If I want to buy pants, you give me money for pants. If I want to buy anything at all, you give me money for it. But now, I can stand on my own. Nobody feeds me. Nobody takes care of me. Nobody has the right to tell me what I have to do at this point in time. I got a lot of threats. But looking at it, I know my life is at stake if I ever listen to them. They don't understand this. They don't. My mom was doing the right thing she has to do as a mom. I don't know if you understand that. She wants it to be. She threatened me with BP. That's for you to see how bad it was. She threatened me with BP. That if anything should happen to her, if she dies today, that her blood will be on my head. You know what I told her? If you want to die, you die. Because if you die today, I am a matured person.
But are you listening to that?
All your needs are added. You can take care of them.
Did you know how I was able to achieve this? I have to persuade. It's not easy. Did you see this tradition of 18 Nigerian people? It's always like that. So I never looked back. They know I am a fierce somebody.
You want to accept it. You want to accept it, yeah. Because if you want to listen to those people, no matter how, I told my mom, no matter how much I love you, if anything should happen to you today, to be fair, I'll be able to take care of myself. My sisters,
I don't tell them. I tell God. I also communicated with them. I pleaded. There was some agreed, some did not agree. At the end of the day, I have to call them one day and say, what would it benefit you that I am just what that man wished for me is to be a simple somebody that's, you know, so that you will just bring out yourself. That's where he wanted.
You know, that's why I said your own is a bit better, because you even have people that were backing you up a bit. Like even in my family, if one person
I have to convince them.
No,
I
wasn't able to convince my family. See, your family is okay. Listen to me, guys, lady. Just calm down. Your family is wonderful. Your family is very okay. I don't know if you get this now. My family, I couldn't convince them. I could not. Even everything I told them, you know, I told them some things that when you hear it, you'll be like, what? They were like, But some people pass through the same thing in their marriage, it's even worse. And then the word that even pierced my mind was that my brother telling me that, so I want my mom now, if she's walking around, people will now see her and be saying, is it not this woman that her daughter got divorced?
Can you imagine?
Is it not this woman that her daughter got divorced? When I heard that one, I was like,
in the 19th centuries.
No, when I heard that one, you know what I told them? You have to take a signboard, like a signpost, write my name, that I was the one that walked out of this marriage myself. Put it there. Nobody should fight my mom. If they want to fight anybody, they should come to me. If I did not stand my ground on those things, that's why no matter the tradition, no matter the culture, like now they are telling me I have to come back to the to Nigeria. If I come back to Nigeria, everybody has to sit down. We have to talk about it. I told them if I come back to Nigeria, I might not step my leg in my father's house. If you guys are gonna stress me, I won't step my leg there. That is
because they will want to mend it up. Sometimes they will tell you when the man dies. Wow. When the man dies, you will go back.
Nikki, I am so shocked hearing this, especially when it's just so recent in the 2000s.
They are sisters and brothers in Christ.
The last time
you know Mommy GOs now, Mommy GOs, IFAC. That is what they are. So yeah. I am the Satan there, so they can't even do otherwise.
You see, when I shared here, when my sister was being maltreated and all of that, and she left. This happened in the 90s when she left. You know, in Anambra State in the 90s, you wouldn't have. Hey, it was like an old man. It was like a forbidden thing. But my mother did not give a hoot. My mother has 6 girls. She did not give a hoot. She said, Her husband so loved her, and she never for one day complained. So she can't stand any man that will maltreat her child. She will tell you, come back home. It's not by force. Now, marriage is not a do or die affair. Marriage should be enjoyed. And because I know that marriage should be enjoyed, when I hear somebody say, we are manage what?
Manage what?
What are you managing?
Fish, you're managing in the pot of
soup. It's the way we are brought up, what we are meant to understand. Most of the times we think, if they did not push me out of that house, if they did not even put me like this, bring me out, I would have died there.
You see?
Because that is what I was meant to understand. But my mom, at the initial stage, all these things is happening. My mom told me, come, let us run to Ghana. Do you understand? Bring the children, let us run. Do you understand? Because I said the man is evil. I'm supposed to be dead by now. When I'm ready to narrate my story, I said this my YouTube is gonna have like 6,000 followers.
Why are you not get it on? This is the right
time. I have part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. I remember vividly when I wanted to narrate it to one senator in Abuja. The lady was so good to me. She loves me so much. So we are just friends. She doesn't mind her status. She had to come down to me, as in she loves me so much. She brings me closer like a friend. So we are gisting. I was able to tell her a little bit about my story because she said she wants to, and she said she's somebody that is spiritual. She likes all this. Okay, Uju, I play these psalms with these candles. I will wish for you to go back to your home. And I'll drop this gallet. I just open Italian obele. Why back? And he said, if he's a jumbo, one thing she asked me first was, is this part 1 or part 2? Was this happening in this life, or are you telling me a film series? I said, this is what I went through. I got married at the age of 17 years. This was what I went through. It's never a video or it happens for real.
You know, sometimes when we watch all these home movies, we'll be like, this is just acting, this acting. Some of these things, even more, happen in real life. So as the things we cannot even imagine.
Let me ask you.
Wait, I'm coming.
Have you gotten to bed any day? You have to be, your eyes have to be open. You'll be at alert till morning. And by the way, you will have your reverend father called, pastor called, brothers called, everybody on prayer. Anybody that have to switch off, you will be like God. Have you?
You know, all these things, they happen even in the movies or even more than, you know, like one thing, for example, now this woman now, she's dead. She was based in the U, as they were based abroad. Like, let me say they kind of have life. She has something doing or something. No, let me just say she has something. She has something.
No, she
understand?
Moved. She moved 4 years ago.
Okay. She had. Let's just assume she had something. You know, sometimes women that are in abusive marriage or in a marriage where it's obvious is not working, they find it difficult to walk away because they are not financially independent. You know, most women, when you are seeing what they are going through in their marriages, you'll be like, how long are you going to continue? Do you know what will be the answer? Okay, what do you want me to do? If I leave, who will take care of me? Who will take care of my children? Who will take care of my family?
They are not ready.
Because they are totally dependent on the man.
They are not ready.
You know, I'm coming. Look, wait. Listen, you know you were staying abroad. You were in Germany. No matter what, no matter how it is, I don't know. I'm not saying it was easy for you, but you can't compare it to a life in Africa where you can never get help or any form of support.
Let me cut you short. Let me cut you short. I know that is where you're going to. When I left the man, I know. Let me cut
you won't understand, Nikki.
Where you're going to. When I left the man, let me tell you something. When I left the man, I wasn't getting a penny from the government. A pin. I was never getting from the government. I hated that thing that you're getting money from the government and you're working pretending that you're not. When I was with him there, he was getting it, but he wasn't. I don't, as a matter of fact, he wasn't coming to me. You understand? So when I left him, remember my first destination was Ireland. We just landed there, Ireland. Yeah, I wasn't getting a penny. I mean a pin. I wasn't getting it, and no support was coming anywhere. He wasn't giving us anything. I squatted with a lady there that she has 3 kids. She has 3 sons. I squatted with my girls in the same house with them.
Sorry, I want to ask you something. The islands you went to a flight or train?
Ireland went with flight.
Flight.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry to cut you short. This is what I'm saying. Some women are in the marriage that even to buy 10 naira pepper is from the man.
Yes.
Even a transport fare to leave that marriage, they cannot.
If they give them that 10 naira for pepper, babe, I wasn't when I was in Germany. If they give you that 10 naira for pepper, do you know when I was in Germany, I was feeding a home. When I said, okay, the kids, what's it called? The kids benefit that I need to start taking it now, because as I'm not working, it's not actually meant for you. You know what he said? You have to use it and be taking care of the home for the whole month. Babe, 300 euros to take care of 3 children, take care of the food they will eat in the house, buy the thing for the house, 300 euros. But do you know I was saving from that money? Because I have a plan. I was saving from the money.
Exactly what I'm saying. You were able to do so. You were intelligent enough.
Nikki,
You understand? You were able to do so. You were intelligent and smart enough to do so.
Okay, Constance.
Sorry,
Constance, let me cut you short.
Tony, I said, hold on. What Constance is saying is correct. Will I say 98% correct? You know why?
It's not 98%. Wait.
Let me say
I
something.
I don't get him.
Wait. What I'm saying is that Nikki, you had somewhere to run to. Most of these women Constance are talking about are not women that have saved money. They are not women that have their family support, because they know this is where we are getting small penny from. So don't close.
They will say, if you leave him, don't come up to us. So
thank you.
They are not ready to accept you.
But remember, I didn't go back to my family. Come on, what are you?
Yes, you went to Ireland.
You went to somebody's place. You had a support.
They can always do that.
No, it's not the
They
same.
They can always do that.
The fraction that survive that are the fraction is so little. It's so little. So what Constant is saying is the totality of the whole situation. A lot of women find themselves when they are so dependent on their wives.
Modern day slavery, all in the name of marriage.
Okay, can I talk now? Did you guys know that my ex never let me to do anything on my own? It is as an abomination. Even for me to save, I write foodstuffs on the paper. He will cancel some, minus money on some. Did you know what I went through? He will cancel some, so to make sure that you don't have any excess. The fuel that is in my car, I actually ride a Liberty Jeep. The fuel that is in the car is monitored for 1 week. You don't go any other place. Just go pick the children, come back home.
Tonya, your situation is entirely different, because you were probably taken to just be a wife, and that's it. A wife, give birth to my children, and that is it. So yeah, it's a completely different situation on his own. You understand? So in that place, we are not supposed to make any impact in that relationship, any impact in the marriage. Just be there and be quiet and sit pretty. If they buy wear your dress and appear pretty, that's what the man just married you from. So it's different from when a woman and a man had relationship and something went wrong. But this one, you really did not have a relationship, because you were too young. The man married you for a purpose. I want a woman that is tall and pretty, so that my children will be tall.
And he spoke it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
So I think in the case of Tonya, she was like a trophy wife, you know. He just wanted her there like a photo and just be there. Like she was not a living thing. She was a non-living thing. Like his thing, you know, it wasn't a human, it was his own thing. She was his thing. That's how he saw her.
Yeah, assuming she continued to play along with the man, of course they will be in peace. You understand?
They will be in peace.
As a young girl, you want to like explore things. You want to be related. You want someone to talk to you, someone to have conversation, have a relationship. She has no idea. Just sit pretty, wear fine dress. My friends are coming, cook onibu soup. Make they come balance.
Yes,
just what it was.
Just Sonia said when the car is faulty, she calls the man say, am I mechanic? They gauge your fuel, they gauge the diesel and all that. Okay, in my own case, when he wants to drive the car and the car, there is no diesel on it, he will put a diesel that will measure his distance, okay? To make sure that when he gets to the place and come back, he's back where it is. Okay, so at the end of the day, you ask yourself.
When people tell their stories, then you keep laughing.
What
like seriously?
Or you can even see your classmates there. Your classmates might even pity you.
Yes, most of ladies that are just in marriage for marriage sake.
you know, and whereby a man. Did you see his ATM card before he left the house? Did you see his ATM card? Like,
why will I? I said if I met, you see, I was in his shop. I couldn't even get my hands on the money that the customers pay. They have secretary in the same shop that a madam is. Even when he travels, I don't control money. Even when they give me money to buy,
the issue with what Tonya is saying. Do you know there are some women that are going through the same exact thing now?
Oh,
and they're still in that
modern day slavery.
I said I sat down and I weep. I sat down and I weep.
I spoke
even
with
when he travels. Nikki, wait. Even when he travels, even when he's in abroad, he connects the secretary just to tell him not to give me excessive money. That what I'm meant to take there is just 2,000 for soup. Where are they still cooking soup in Nigeria with 2,000? And that 2,000 for soup, I'm meant to take cover with the house boys in the boys' quarter. This is a very big man I'm talking about, not managing man.
So, men, when I hear stories there, I'll be like, this marriage itself, is it the same thing with my own? As in, is this marriage different?
The thing is that
well, I can relate.
I said, Oyoyo, he counsels and counsels and counsels to the extent that he will counsel, sometimes he will counsel crayfish and tell me that their mother doesn't use crayfish to cook and it's very sweet. So now, the sister will now say, brother, is a lie, you. It's a lie. Mommy used to put crayfish.
Wow. So let me go ask you, Tonya, who was he making the money for? Is it not?
I don't know. If you ask me, no, he used to tell me that he's making this money for me and my children. I should calm down.
Making it for you and your children, you will not use the money to cook something good.
Okay.
Yeah, let's remember to take some comments also.
Let me tell you, he doesn't know when he bought clothes for me last. But I wear clothes. I am not doing anything. The day that he was summoned to give me money for making hair, we dragged it for 1 month. Meanwhile, the day it was like I was going gaga. That day, I said, you are not going anywhere this morning. I know you have it. I've checked his pocket already. Even I used to tip some. He will not even know that I tipped it. So that day, I said, you're not going anywhere. You have this money in your pocket. Just give me. How much are we talking about? How much are we talking about? 500 naira to go and do retouching.
No, you tip his money. You used to take, steal it, yeah?
Yes.
Like you see, at least you see where he kept the money.
Yes, it doesn't give me. So sometimes he will tell me that this rat that is taking this money in this house, that sometimes this rat uses it to be. Did you know that sometimes this rat, sometimes this man will come back with something like 20,000.
Okay.
Come back with something like 50,000. That was something remaining. Let me tell you, so that was something remaining in the money they ate with friends in a beer parlor before he comes back. So he would not know how much is remaining. That is when I used to take my own share.
Okay, let me tell you something now. I was in a home, yeah, whereby a man is keeping money, was hiding the money, but we women, it's more like
Nikki, wait,
it's more like we own the house,
wait,
yeah.
Wait, did you know that a bucket was break on my body because of this 500 naira to retouch hair? I've been talking about for 1 month.
That one I would say is a physical abuse.
He break bucket on my body, and when he breaks it, it was the neighbor that came to be putting rub on my body. He said, "Okay, me and the neighbor don't they go together." So John, you left your wife as a good husband to come and put rub on her body. Abby, even John, the wife is there. The wife was like, we are helping you now. The day he wanted to kill me, my children was the one that called the neighbors to come, that he's taking away the money that they gave me, that I have a child. Somebody just came to give me money. And that was when dollar was up. The woman came back from US. And
Sonia, yours was very bad. Seriously.
My ex was the one that picked her from the airport. She was waiting for me to bring that money to pay NEPA bills. He has money. Okay.
For a man to even drag that money they give to a woman after putting it to bed.
I decided to save this money. He now said I should use it to buy baby things. I said I've been buying baby things with everything people have been giving me. I buy baby pampers, I buy baby's food. Did you see now? Okay, when I decided I'm keeping this, I will save it. He said my mother is Okunatego. My mother is a consumer of money. That's why I'm keeping it. He never give my mother. If I start my story, you people will not go here today.
Let's take some comments also.
He helped me
and
to
then we
kill
continue.
me. Why did never
Let's read comments more.
God.
Are you reading the mail?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you reading it, or should I?
Go ahead, Nikki.
Okay. Nemuza said, I hope it's Nemuza said, you should never marry anyone you didn't date. Not that some don't pretend why dating, but there will be red flags. So the Banigo said, name even dates still change.
There are people that they are good. I've said this before. People say when you're dating, you will find out. You will never find out nothing. They will buy you everything. They will pamper you. They will open car door for you. They will take you to the most expensive restaurant.
You know, sometimes
even before you open your mouth, they will do it. But after you say that I do, and you enter the house, close door, give them 1 week. You will see a different person that you never saw for 5 years, 7 years. So it's really difficult, and it just takes the grace of God. Really, that's what I think.
Mine wasn't hiding anything from onset. I was thinking that he will change when he will
change. That's the problem. He will change.
And did you know that?
Sonia, let me ask you a question.
He told
Sonia,
me.
1
he
second.
Told me.
Sonia,
wait.
This man told me that I entered motor.
Wait. Sonia, you said you were 17. How old was the man when he married? Was he
he was 32. He was around 32, 33 years.
And imagine a small girl of 17 thinking an old man will change.
I was thinking.
You know, sometimes after marriage, the things we see as in the partner do, you be like, this is not the man I married. Like, you know, people after they feel once you say I do, once that ring is there, once you are not my wife, I cannot do anything to you. You are not my property. You are not my. As in, people don't really understand when they see that red flag. No, you know, I told you guys one certain time. Last time we had live, my friend, she was always seeing the man with tom and lighter, asking him what is it, who owns it. It's my friend. I mean, just gave it to keep for him. That very day, he paid his bride price. Her bride price. She saw him smoking. She was like, "Are you smoking?" I say, "Yes." Let me just tell you, I smoke. Because he feels he already paid the bride price, so he cannot do whatever he likes. Before the bride price, he was hiding it. You see? So sometimes all these things, even while we are dating them, we cannot see them. They keep hiding it. Then they now feel once we are now married, you are there, you have entered. you cannot go out. And some women will be like, okay, since we are married, let me manage, or he will change. Then that very day, she was like, can I deal with this smoking? Okay, let me endure, because today was my bride price paying day. She felt like she could endure. But at long run, so many things, they were not even compatible. Like there was many things she cannot even control, like she can't even manage. At the end of the day, she was walking out. She walked out of that marriage. Like she walked out.
You know, in my own case, number one is that the guy himself lied about his age. You know, once you don't live abroad like this, your body will be fresh. So nobody can even dictate your age anymore. He lied about his age, number one. The day I knew his age was the day I took the certificate to the lawyer. Like when I took this, because after the whole thing, I don't know where that one is. So when I took the certificate to the lawyer, like I look at the paper. Like when I look at the paper, I have to clean my eyes. I clean it like nice. I was like, ask the man, please, this age I'm seeing here, is that the age? He said, of course, that's the age. I was like, no.
I want because he gets not married. He'll not say the truth.
It's more like 10 years was added to what I was told. You understand? So, but that's not even being the case. Even if you're older, yeah, that doesn't stop you from being a good person. That doesn't stop you from being a good husband or things like that. Or you just want to, okay, let me say, probably Tonia's own, the man mentioned it that I just needed a woman that is beautiful, that will give me beautiful kids. Maybe it's the same thing on my own case, but he didn't say it out.
He told me, he said that
maybe it's the same case. Maybe it's in mind. He didn't say it out. Maybe that's what he has in mind. He need a young girl that is pretty and things like that to marry. You know, maybe he didn't say it out, because when you look at
why I think I can never go back to this man for anything, because he don't carry talk. Anything he says, exactly, he has nurtured it. He doesn't just talk. If you see him, he's very calm. You will think I'm the one suppressing him.
Thank you.
But he doesn't carry talk.
Thank you very much.
This is leave. I started learning. I bit of more sense. Anything that comes out from his mouth, I hold it very, very serious.
Oh my God, very calm, very cool. And you know, when you see them like this, be like, oh, no, this person can't do this kind of thing. This person can't do this kind of thing.
As we gathered now, he will just come down and be monitoring you both, all of you, one after the other.
Anyways, that's just the thing. So sometimes when we talk about tradition or culture or things like that, I believe we should actually have our own say as an adult. We should actually have our own say when it comes to that, because if I am to go through tradition or listen to what my family are saying at this point in time, my family, I'm in good terms with them, because I'm the one that said I will never quarrel with you until you disown me. Then I'll be sure I'm out of your life. I can't. But me, I can't. You understand? So there was even a time it was that much. I have to cut my mom off for a good 1 month. I have to cut her off. Like nobody knows my number. And I have to change my line, because you know what it means. Like 4 a.m. in the morning, somebody wakes you up. This thing you're doing, you're going to hellfire. You will not make heaven. In fact, any good thing you do in this life, God will not even acknowledge it. There is nothing you. Do you know what it means that your own blood was telling you you're signing your death warrant for living in hell? Like the
you know, Nikki, you know, a lot of people are brainwashed in churches that they don't even think with their brain. That's just what I want to say. Because if they were thinking right, you understand, the safety of your child should be paramount before you think about what the religion is talking about. But even in that religion, there is still a divorce. You understand? And what is the ground for divorce in religion? You guys don't believe.
They don't even care about all those things.
God, you understand? You can let the person go. You understand? But they don't want to read that portion of the Bible. They don't want to even think about what this current situation is.
No.
What is happening now? See, when I hear these stories, you understand, I kind of cringe, because this life is too short for people to go through this kind of thing.
It's too short. It's too short.
So any woman listening to us, if you find yourself in a very tight situation that you cannot help yourself, first of all, seek help from anybody you trust that is a good friend. Or even if you can't get help from your family, if you have a good friend, seek help. If you can, look for government agency that can help you. For those of us overseas, there is a platform for you to run to. You can run to women and NGOs. You can run to a government, whichever angle you think is good for you. Go. If you're in Nigeria, I said this before. People don't know. There is still welfare situation in Nigeria, even by the government. You can go to the court and ask.
Your way to. I will tell you out of experience. So, I went to welfare in Nigeria, and I saw them. They use me with
Once you're not doing anything, once you're not doing anything,
to close up everything.
No, once you're not doing anything.
You know why, Tonya? You know why? The man has money, so he can use money to buy all the welfare people. You understand? But if you have a voice, if you know your right, you understand, you can survive. First of all, the woman should know I have a right.
He told me, he used his hand first before I even left the house. He told me that that will make you to know that he purposely was aware of what he did.
This man is his brain is actually a very, I'm not sure he is educated anyway, because
he's not
thinking like a stark illiterate that has no bearing for what life is, and that's how they behave. When they want to suppress a woman, they will suppress the woman to the point that you can't be able to speak up for yourself, that your mental state will even be questioned, because you start second guessing yourself. If you're still you're a human being, if you matter, if you're important. But the point is that every woman, every man, we all matter. You understand? We all do. There is a reason for us being alive, and that reason everybody should strive in fulfilling that reason, despite the situation we meet in life. So what am I saying here? If you have a situation that is so deadly, look at what with the topic we are discussing today. A woman that came back to, I don't know if it was reconciliation that brought her back. I don't know the full story why she came back. She wasn't thinking that that man in Nigeria, a place that they believe culture, societies actually, the society it has more power than what individual, because there is no way she would have thought that the man was going to set her on fire and all of that. She came back home, and look at, we are talking about her in the past. So any woman hearing our voices today, hearing the true life stories our hosts are sharing today, please, if you find yourself in such a tight corner, your life is more important than anything. Especially when you have children. Even if you don't want to think about your children, because if anything happened to your life, both you and the man gone out of the lives of your kids. Seek help.
A woman is supposed to be smart about all these things. Nikki is smart. She's intelligent. This my friend I was telling you about. Do you know some of the men, as in when you say you are working out of the marriage, like you see saying, or they should come and take your wife, they will not even want you to go walk out of the marriage. They will want to suppress you. This lady now told the man, come and take your bride price. I am no longer interested in the marriage. The man refused to come. But she now had to use her own money to go to a customary court to divorce him. And she was successful. Why was she successful? Because she was smart. Because she was independent. She was having the money.
That was what I did.
If some of them will gladly refuse that they are not going to take any money. That all they know is that you are my wife. Those children are my children.
You know why I'm in deep? You know why I'm in deep hot soup? Why I'm in deep hot soup is because it's not just the man's matter. You understand? Family too join hand. Sure, you understand? So it's more like when you say your friend went to take her on with her money and things like that, I asked him, was any family member with her? He said either the elder brother supported her, things like that. But in this case, that nobody's asking, all of them are brother in Christ. I cannot do this because God is against it. I cannot do this because it's a sin.
But Nikki, with time, they are going to come around. I believe that. If God separated for long.
You're saying with time will come around.
Which people?
Will she be getting younger or will she be getting older?
That's it. No, with time. But even with time, so which people?
I respected them for 8 years. I respected their opinion for 8 years before I made a move.
No, the point is that Nikki, sincerely, we might be laughing here, but you really have something at hand that I'm so happy you're taking it positively.
Very
you're
serious.
taking it positively. But you know the thing there, girl, you married this man in court in Europe, right? You can go to Europe and divorce him, and that's fine now.
No,
Yeah.
I'm doing it here. I'm doing it here.
Okay, Oyoyo, let me come in from what we are saying before about all this go to human rights, Keniko. Did you know that this man, before I left his house, because I told you now, whatever he's saying presently, then I took it so serious because I know that that was the battle I'm going to meet. He said then, we haven't had any problem, or we have not been separated. But there was a problem that came up between both of us. It wasn't that bad. We have not even planned to separate then. He now happens to tell his friend, it's what I told you. I told you this woman will never smell US because my brother invited me to US. He took my passport under his pillow, said it's not yet time. Even when they got me visa to South Africa, my brothers are there. I need to go and do Omugo for them. They gave birth with operation. They pleaded. Even the boyfriend, the wife gave birth also. They said, okay, Lolo, let Lolo come with my newborn baby. They made a passport for my newborn baby, put visa for us. And that my ex was the one putting visa for people. He has the link. He has money. He uses his documents. Did you know that this man said that it's not yet time? Everybody should mind their home. When we happen to have this problem, he now said, thank God. He called his friend and said, thank God this guy didn't smell anywhere abroad. So that I will not get to divorce him over
the man is so wicked, and he just reminds me of there's this kind of talk you hear from traders in Onitsha.
Yeah.
You will not
uneducated illiterates.
You know to relate with them.
That is why we call them all matters.
I'm telling you, growing up, I said,
and there's something here that Nemuzo also said that I want us to see in the comment section and also talk about. Let me read it out. She said, anyone these days that feels stuck, it's a choice. There is help out there. What do you people think?
It's true. Like I'm saying it here. I talked about avenues where a woman can get help. Okay, let me go back to the current situation, what is happening today. We hear celebrities every day, they will fall in love, tomorrow they are out of love. You understand?
Out of love.
Because they have the platform to come and say, I'm not doing again. You understand? But those people that do not have that kind of platform or opportunity, there is still something for you. When I mean walk into the court, I believe today everybody in Nigeria will have smartphone, no matter how small the phone is. It's a phone. You understand? You can record picture. You can snap picture. If a man is abusing you, keep your record. Keep your receipts. Take pictures when you have the fresh injuries. Even if you don't have a lawyer, take pictures. Keep laying your evidence. You can walk into the court premises and ask the people that work in the court that you need help, that you're going through this. God will always have a way of doing what? Bringing a good Samaritan that will help you.
Yes, so
I will help you to the point of getting you a lawyer. Some might help you by linking you to welfare that will listen to your matter.
Yes, that's how to say.
Nobody deserves to die because I'm in a relationship.
Okay, sorry. Let me quickly answer Uzo, because she's asking me why I said no. When she made that statement, I said no. Like, I really don't agree that people these days, people that are staying in marriages that are abusive mentally, physically, or whatever, that is by choice, just because there's help out there. Why I'm saying it, I'm even looking at our own people. I'm not even talking about Western world, Europe, UK, Europe, America, and the rest. I'm talking about our own side, because we're very religious in Africa. You know, we carry religion for head pass, you know, and also our culture and tradition, and this is how we do it. This is how it's been from many centuries. That's how it's going to be. We hold on to things and we don't let go. We don't even want to adjust a little bit. Even for example, a country like Nigeria, the constitution, have you seen how that constitution is? How many times does it favor women? How many times women are ahead? So I feel like when you've been beaten down, not even physically, because physical wound can heal, but emotionally, mentally, we're talking about something that will take years. And sometimes it doesn't even go away. You understand? So when mentally people have been beaten down day by day, these men have, I'm not saying that men are not being abused, but because here it's a woman that died, so we're using women more as an example. And most women are speaking out. If men speak out, of course, we will also sit on a panel and also talk about it. But I'm saying that when women are being beaten down, it gets to a point where it becomes the norm. That is the normal thing. They feel like this happens in everybody's home. So they don't want to go out because they feel like the moment they open their mouth to even speak. Okay, imagine what Nikki is saying. She wanted to leave. Family didn't even support.
At all.
When you see cases like, let me use Nikki that is here, for example, but we have thousands of them out there, and you see, my neighbor Nikki, this happened, and family didn't support her. Ochtonia, this happened, and it took her many years before she was able to leave. Some women don't even have this strength that Nikki and Tonya has, that they were able to say, okay, now I'm going to leave and I'm not going to look back. They've been beaten down to a point where they just feel this is a normal thing, and I don't want to be shamed.
That's not just
not you leave your marriage, not be you this, not be you that. That thing that people say make people to stay and keep their mouths shut and die in silence.
I did not just leave.
But
he was the one that put so many things. People now said 3 of the elders of my own siblings in Lagos around now said that he said he needs some peace to do some investigation, that I should come and stay with them for like few days so that he will come back to them. And this is how this man took me home. And when he took me home, he now started saying that I was still shaking head because I have children. I want to come back and take care of my children. He said I should observe myself as a dead person. If I'm dead, the children can survive.
And if actually eventually he allows you to go back, he would have gone back.
I will go back.
Parents will allow you to go back, or your siblings, they will allow you to go back.
They would have. Part of my brother was against it, because what helped me a little bit, just like Nikki was saying that their people did not accept, is because his wickedness, his bitterness reached everybody. And it's because his attitudes, even when he tried to take my life, everybody knows. That is what saved me.
Anyway, I will blame your situation more on the fact that you were such a young woman, they married you, and you felt, you have to get down, and get stuck. I'll blame it also part on the culture, especially the environment in Nigeria. You understand? Because when you're ignorant of something, you understand, you think that's the way life should be. As a young person, what do you know? You were looking forward to a very happy home, but you didn't get it. You just said, okay, fine, let me just continue. Maybe one day the man will improve.
One day, yeah, exactly.
I've said this before in our show here. An adult cannot change. You can influence a character, but you cannot change an adult. So anybody, we are all ladies, we have younger friends, we have people in the university, back home, anywhere. These are the things we have to tell them. When you see a red flag, recognize it. There is no shame in coming out of a marriage. You understand? There is no shame. I'm not saying this because I'm an adult. My mind is made up differently. I went to study law because of what happened to my elder sister. She was, when you were talking about, was 19 and 17. My sister got married at 18. She was in her 3rd year in the university when she got married. You understand? At a young girl, but she was already studying law in the school. Then by the time she was 22, she already has, by the time she was 23, she already had 2 kids, 2 daughters. You understand? Because she was in the university when she married, she had her first child still in the university. You understand? Then when she now finished, the second child came when she was about going for her master's. You understand? So she didn't really have the opportunity of staying with the man for those period of time. Just a short period back to school, short period back to school. When the first child was born, she was heading to the law school. It was my mother that raised the first child. After 3 months, you understand, she had to go back to school. The child grew up. That was the first time I knew what it is to have a little one in the house. So she grew up with us. She was seeing all those things, but she, as a young girl, she was like, maybe she was, he was going to change. He went back to the marriage when she finished from law school, went for youth service. You can see the gaps, you understand? So they were not really staying together per se. After youth service, she now moved back into the house. In the process of moving back into the house, second pregnancy came. But the second pregnancy, the child was about 8 months old. It was her friends. I've said this thing before. Everybody should have a good friend.
Yeah.
She was too young to even decide anything. Her immediate brother, my elder brother, who happens to be her immediate younger brother, was also in the university. He was in the University of Lagos at that. He wrote letter all the way from Lagos. They were living in Jos at the time, to the sister in Jos. It was the man's mail boss. Now, young boy, what was he thinking? He didn't know the man was going to pick the letter. The man picked the letter, opened the letter, read the letter, and said, so this is what your family are planning, that you should leave. Because my brother said, I want you to leave that house ASAP. You can't die there. You understand? My brother at the time, he was making that decision. Maybe he was 20 or maybe he was 21. So what I'm saying here is that no matter how young we are when we found ourselves in certain situations, we should still be able to think.
Yeah.
Education in one way helps you to like open up.
Education is power.
It helps you to open up your.
Oh yeah, sorry. I want to ask, this man in question, is he educated?
A professor, Nemo.
Like seriously?
Yes.
Because I wanted to say that most people that are inhuman, that they are not educated, but I think I'm wrong.
He's a professor. He went to Glasgow. That's where he.
I've said it times without number. This is not all about education. It's some upbringing.
It's not just upbringing. He's the only black sheep in the house. It's not just upbringing. What we think that happened to him might be more of a psychologist than wickedness. You understand?
That's right. That's what I was saying.
I think it was more. When he went to England, we don't know. Maybe he smoked some Igbo there or whatever. I don't know. You understand? So he must have, something must have messed up his upstairs a little bit. Because you can't tell me you cook rice, you mark line in the pot that nobody should eat the rice, not even children.
As in,
you understand?
So,
I'm telling
you. Know, I know a man that when the wife goes out to buy something, like for example, do you know 5 naira change? He collects it.
Imagine. So that was the situation.
Currently, as I mean now that we are talking, not maybe in the past, as in like right now.
This thing happened in the night because my little niece at the time they brought her home. She was some few months old. They both had their first birthdays in my house growing up. You understand? So when I say I've had children almost all the part of my life, yes, I've tried to like, be a part of children's life and raise kids, if I will put it that way. So when her friends said, man, girl, you're not going to continue here. This thing happened in the 90s, not now that we're all exposed and all of that. But she had good friends. And she happened to have somebody that she went to the same secondary school with in Benin, federal government Benin. Then they also met in their master's class in when they were studying law. Then she now met some people that she went to law school. So they now became close friends. You understand? Those ladies, about 3 of them, they hired a car. They paid full price. They now knew, they know the man's calendar. I say, lecturer, now you're supposed to go class, so period. So they now came to the house, packed the girls' things, everything, bundled them in the car. You understand? And they traveled all the way from Jos to the east. So anybody going through a problem, a situation like this, you have somebody you can call on the phone. See, girl, this is what the situation is now. What do you think I should do? The person might tell you, please run to my place. Let's be safe first. Then we can figure out what to do. There is option for women. Nobody is worth dying in a relationship because
a lot of women died, though. A lot of women died. In Lagos, I can testify. A lot of friends of mine, as I left that year, a lot of them, like 5 of them died. My ex called me on phone and tell me that I should thank God.
You see?
That I've not been hearing that, not only me that go. A lot of them that goes, some died. That I survived, I should give God the glory.
So there is help for women. There is help as well. It's not just women. It's both ways, because some of these things we are sharing are also happening to some men. You understand? That's the life story. That's what they know best. That's what is happening
but
to
it's
them.
more like on women. It's more like on women.
Because we are talking, if you look at statistics, I don't know what the statistics is, so I can't be able to say categorically this is the percentage. But what I'm saying, anybody going through situation like this, abusive relationship, abusive marriage, should find a way to get help. If you live in Europe, there is help for you. If you live in America, there is help for you. If you live in Africa, people don't know there is help. That's why we are creating this awareness.
Nemu was saying on the comment section, she was asking me that she's still trying to figure out why I was staying that long. Nemo just is what you wouldn't know is that I remember vividly, I told you guys the last time we met here on this meeting that I lost my mind. Yeah. There's sometimes I will park my car, I will forget where I park totally. I was just like a lunatic. I forgot a lot. I just started coming back since I left that marriage. I swear. Mama Mboyen, because my mother is a headmistress before she died, late headmistress. I happens that I can't even remember what I wrote now. So he purposely went diabolically to erase anything. Even my friends come to tell me.
You didn't go diabolic. No, don't go there, Tony. I don't know this man, so I'm not here to defend him. But what happened was you were psychologically destroyed.
I don't know. Because my friends will be telling me, see what is happening to you. I will feel to forgive him. I will feel to forgive, and I'm forgiving and forgiving. Even I cannot come outside. I don't even know what is wrong with me. People will be like, come out to this girl. You will die, you. I will be like, tomorrow he might be good. He will do well tomorrow. I think I can forgive him. I think it's okay. Because of my children, let me stay. It's only God, though. It was God.
Okay, ladies.
Look at Constance. Constance is so is so shocked to hear some of these stories.
No,
you know?
I was thinking what they call me.
And Mel is so confused. Mel is confused. She was like, Mel doesn't know, is this thing happening? Are these girls?
Sorry, the Benigos, I was replying the private chat.
I had 9 beautiful years with my husband. Like, I know what I experienced while I was married to my late husband. Like, so sometimes I imagine that as a, why can't it work? Why can't you be a good person? Understand her, understand him, make it work. Like, when I hear stories, I'm like, is it real?
So now I was going a bit deep, you know. I was like floating. I'm kind of floating. Because if I go deep, all of
Nikki, listen. You know, when you remember the pain you've been through, if you want to start talking, you won't be able to stop because you just want to air it out. And they said anything shared is halfway solved. I guess that's what Tony is.
No, myself, I know I've told my story, you know, that's that. Anybody that knows my page from the beginning, I've told my story. You know, people were like, you're not supposed to come out and say that. When I told my story, come to my inbox. Come to my inbox. You will understand that all those men, it's like, I don't know if they usually have a meeting. Like every story was the same.
No.
The story was the same.
Sometimes when they go to drink, they used to discuss.
Somebody drinking, are they discussing in Nigeria, in Japan, in US? Are they all discussing? Because every story was the same. Both in South Africa, Jamaica.
The same.
You start asking yourself, like, what exactly is going on? Like, what is going on? You will see a lot of people. I am going through this thing. I want to talk, but I don't know whom to talk to. I want to quit, but I don't know how to quit. I want to do this, but I don't know how to do.
The one that wants to live with you happily, purposely wants to. The ones that wants to live with you happily, purposely wants to. They know what they are doing.
There's nothing like there's nothing like living happily. Like, oh my goodness. You know, a lady told me that her own man will sometimes wanna make out. What this man will say is that, come and sit beside me. You are not attracted to me. Just put a blue movie there. Let me be watching while I touch myself.
Hey!
Yeah.
And what was?
Your husband, you sit beside him while he puts something there, and then you just sit beside him. This is two people living in a house. This is people that when they go out there, they call them husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. And they were still living together in the same house.
Okay, let me shock you. What about a little girl that I harbored in my house that the friend to my ex brought from the village? He came back from abroad. I'm married to this young girl, a girl of 17 years. She was so young when I out of my age then. I have kids then. So I have to accommodate her and as a senior wife to her. Did you know that this girl had been suffering? I never knew. She was being sucked in the anus.
she accepted.
And she endures it.
No. So, Tonya, let me come in here. That's a different matter altogether. You understand? Because if you start from the first day to say yes, it's okay, the man will not know that you don't like it.
Of course.
So
she accepted. That's what I said now.
If you don't like it, please just, if I may have admonition, admonish that person from the very first day made that suggestion. You understand? We are not meant to live in this earth to like manage situation. I'm managing my marriage. Yeah. I hate that word.
It was like this type of the man doesn't start it immediately they met. The man finished doing the dowry, finished doing the payment, doing
it everything. Doesn't really matter.
But it matters, just like it matters in your home.
No. Why she's saying it matters that they paid dowry and the rest. That's what
I don't get it.
It has nothing to do with it. The girl doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. She should speak up.
They married her already. For her, she's a young girl. She never even wants the mother to say, "Why will you come back now?" And the lady is a breadwinner to the home, and the man has money. The mother wants to hear only, "You are marrying him."
Indeed. I'm still saying the same thing. Ladies, anybody that is going to watch this video in the future, women, you have option. If you cannot correlate it, please find help. Look for help. There are several organizations you can get to. Thank God we all have phones. Use your phone. Go to Google in your location. Type in abusive relationship hotline. One will pop up in your location. If you're in Lagos, one will pop up. There are NGOs that are there helping people. The government have its own facility. Even in Nigeria, there is welfare. People don't know that. They should know it. Make a little research. Don't just use your phone and be doing an Instagram post. I'm doing selfie. No, use your phone for something good. It's so sad when we hear some of these things, honestly. It's so sad. And we have,
you know, the thing is, it doesn't even stop there. Imagine even some women that maybe they had horrible husbands, or maybe they didn't have horrible husbands, but they lost their husband at some point. The kind of treatment that even those people are subjected to. So it's almost like in Africa, there's never a win situation for the woman. That's how I see it. Everything is just working against the woman. I remember I was talking to a friend just recently. I cannot even go so much into that one because as I'm talking to you now, she's still hiding. You understand? She got married, young person around my age, got married. You know, we all went to the same school, so that's how, but we're from different states and all of that. She got married, and within few years, the guy passed. And I think she was either pregnant or she had just put to bed when her husband passed on. And the family became this horrible kind of people. They wanted to take the child. They took, first of all, the first thing they did was take everything from her. Everything that the man owned. And it's not as if she's from a home that she has her siblings. Some of them are in the US. I think one is in the US, one is somewhere else. I wouldn't say, you understand? And so her mom too travels, you know, so, and the mom works. The mom has like a big shop in one of these Igbo states that I will not even mention, you know, so her family is okay too. But his family took up everything, wanted to take that small child from her, you know. She had to start processing her papers to leave Nigeria. You understand? And they didn't know, and that was how she was able to live with her child. And when she was talking, she was like, nobody should mention. She doesn't post photos till now. They're still looking for her. They don't even know that she has left. She's living somewhere that I cannot say, you know. But you can imagine the kind of stress that they put people through. You live with this man. This man is your husband. He passes. Why shouldn't you stay in the house that he owns? Why shouldn't you have some of his properties? You have a child with him. You have kids to raise, and yet they want to take everything, things that they didn't work for. And it's almost like we don't have system that fights this type of battle.
The thing is,
I
that
don't know.
No, the thing, Mel, the thing here is that if you don't report a situation, nobody will hear about it. So in that kind of situation, I know we are saying Africa, there is no way for a woman. All these things that we are here seeing and, you know, happening today, it has happened in the Western world. It might have been 300 years ago. It might have been 100 years ago. It might have been 50 years ago. You guys saw me when I was raising my hand in joy. Because the US, as we speak now, they just texted me, the Democratic Party texted that they've confirmed the first Black woman to the Supreme Court. So we might be thinking, yeah, America, they have it all. No. They fought their battle. They fought their ways to get to where they are now. And it's still not, we still don't have that equality that we are looking for. But the point is that Nigeria is a country whereby money talks and bullshit works.
What?
Why do I say that? Once you have, let me use the SAS people, for example. The organizers of that particular front, you understand, they're beginning to take political appointments with the APC, with the party, you know, the parties. So how do you think they are going to be impartial to speak out for the masses? No. Once you grease most of their palms in Nigeria, they will forget the situation and do what? And follow the other way and look the other way, and the thing will continue. We're enjoying what the forefathers fought for in the US as per women. But Nigeria, I don't know who is there fighting. I don't know who is there speaking. The plight of a widow. A schoolmate of mine just launched a book about three days ago, I think on the 2nd of April in Unilag. And the title was Horror, the Plight of Widowhood in Africa. I think people should read that. A widow, especially when your husband did not do a will, when your husband's property are solely on his name, that's when that culture will come in. That's when the family will have so much right on what belongs to their brother. But if your husband, for example, had a written will or bought those properties in your name, they will come and still drag the properties. But once he gets to the court, it's a very simple case. I remember
but there wasn't trust these days, so he wouldn't dare even to put any property on your name.
No, they do. A colleague of mine, when we were in the bank, was buying properties in his wife's name. So the people closer to him start asking him, "Oh boy, waiting they do you?" Say, if you know waiting widows they go through in this country, you understand? You will not ask me that question. He said,
they will ask him, "Are you dying? Do you want to die?" But this is just preparing for the future.
He now told
he understands. My ex told me that I will die before him. We'll be forever young.
My colleagues told the friends, I am an Igbo man. And if anything should happen to me, you know, we leave 4 in the morning, we'll come back at 10 because of Lagos traffic. He was a banker. What if anything should happen to him? And again, he was married to what? A Yoruba woman. So just think what the situation will be for that girl. Is that
he was very understanding.
He was very understanding. The girl was the one that started asking him question. Why are you always doing this? Why? They will think I've given you a Ijebu juju or something. He said, no, sweetheart, don't worry about it. That my mind is clear when I was making. And he started putting everything together. As of that time, he had 3 properties. All of them were in the wife's name. Then somebody might now come and ask him, this one you're willing everything to the woman. Do you really trust that woman?
Yes.
But he was being kind, not minding if the woman will change tomorrow and then become
exactly.
It's a two-way traffic. It's not just do this, it's perfect. The situation is that we should be able to encourage our husbands to put our names in the properties. You understand? If he has
Oyoyo, the day I mentioned this, because when he married me is when I started my first year in LAPSU, I can remember. So the day I came back, my lecturer mentioned this. The day I came back to tell him this, he had to shout, Do you want me to die? I will live. I will live and I will live. Go and ask my generation. We don't die on time. We never have untimely death in our family. You wouldn't think of this. Stop thinking about this at all, because it will never work. You will die before me.
So there, your case, I said it before, your case is different. You married a
But you're talking about buying properties in or putting your wife's name in, or husband, vice versa, whatever the case may be. I know of a lady that is also an African, where the man came from a very good family where they have traveled, like his parents, even before they started. So, you know, they used to travel out. And so they're like, you can say they're exposed family, like they know the whole abroad kind of lifestyle. So he too, he traveled, he schooled out, then came back to do their business. They were very, very good, like rich, not good. They were wealthy family in the States. So when this man passed, some of his properties were in his wife's name, but the family still took everything.
In Nigeria, that happened in
Nigeria. She fought and fought, but she didn't win.
It happened in Nigeria.
She didn't have a child.
No, did it happen?
She
in
had
Nigeria?
kids, of course. She had kids for him.
And they took the things that were in her name. They took it.
His family still took. I'm telling you that they are rich, they are connected in that state.
Did it happen?
I just felt that that's how she lost the case, in my own opinion, because it was obvious, like everybody said it, that the man was someone that traveled, knew how life could be. So maybe he also knew that his family, he didn't know he was going to die, I don't think, but maybe he knew that his family somehow, that's why he left some things for his in his wife's name. But at the end of the day, this woman ended up by the roadside.
Was he in
battling
Nigeria?
With her children, roasting a bole?
Did he?
But this is somebody that was once married to a wealthy, which their family, they still own like hotels, like property, like things that people know. Like if you live in that state, you know.
Did this happen in Nigeria?
It happened in Nigeria.
Okay, fine. If they went to court and they lost, you understand? They lost based on the technicalities of presenting matters to court. You don't just win cases based on legal terms. You understand? People win cases based on technicalities. So if that will, for example, is faulted, of course the court will throw it out. If that will at the time the man was making the will was done when the man was not in his right sense, the court will not regard that as valid. And that whereby there are issues with that particular thing, they will refer them to go and settle it as in a customary way, because the first thing that brought them to court is not valid, so it's not admissible in law. So it all depends on what happened in that woman's case, who was defending her, because if she had gone on appeal to a federal court, for example, the matter would have been taken the other way. So it depends on who was helping her, at what stage was she able to afford legal assistance. You understand? You don't just give up because you won in court. No. It could be technicalities that made you to win. That means there is still something to get from that case if the matter is persuaded forward.
You know, that is why they say it's good to have good people around you. But you having good people around you, you have to be good. So when you are good, you should have people around you, so that when things like this come to you, you would see where to fall on or where to rely on. Understand? You know, recently I told my story on Nikki's page on Facebook. Immediately after the life ended, you need to see my inbox somewhere like, oh, sorry, I would love to talk to you. This is what I'm going through. Like I didn't even have time to kind of listen to every story. Like, you see, people are going through a lot of stuff, and at the end of the day, the thing is, how do you handle it? Can you handle it? So not all women has this courage, these resources or help to overcome whatever challenges that come to them. You understand? That I was able to go through doesn't mean it's easy.
Yes.
That I'm surviving now doesn't mean it's easy.
Correct.
Widowhood is something you can never wish an enemy, and it's only those going through it will know what is happening inside. Because at the end of the day, all people see is what is happening outside. People might even have that wrong impression about you, that you don't listen, you are stubborn, or you don't want to bend down, you don't want to respect the family members. They don't know what you are going through. They don't know what went behind. They don't know what you are fighting for. They don't know if you're on the way. They don't know if your life is in danger. You know, there was something Tonya said, that the husband said, if we go to anywhere, if you have a case anywhere, I will win you. You understand? People sometimes they feel like even if you guys go to somewhere to maybe have a round table to settle an issue, they will always win because they feel they have that upper hand. They feel their voice will be heard more than your voice. So when people don't have this help around them, or if they're not even smart enough or intelligent enough, or even as in if you are not capable of taking care of it, you cannot put through, and that's the
That's
problem.
why I never bothered to fight him. That's why till I divorced him, I never get a
No,
penny from him.
Tonya,
I
this is
never
your
get a
husband that
penny.
you're talking about now. I don't know him. I haven't heard his own side of the story. But at the end of the day, this particular man, you can never win him. It is one against your own. And at the end of the day, if he's financially buoyant, like he's very rich, as in there is no need you trying to fight because you never win. And from your age, you were very tender, like you were very naive when you got married to him. So, and it was very obvious that he will have that power, that upper hand over you, and that's why you went through all you went through, all in the name of marriage. You understand? So that's just it about your own case.
Yeah,
I said it was to the extent that when the kindreds come to his house as elderly people, maybe all these Nzenos or titled men people, when they come, the mother will come from their own house to my compound to present Kola, while they will ask him, is there no woman in this compound? Why will you come from all the way from your house to come and present Kola to us? It's not done.
No, the thing is that you were practically intimidated and subdued in that marriage. And thank God for your life today that you are out and you are now telling the story. Now you are telling the story. But this woman we are talking about now, she's dead and gone.
Dead. That's the thing. She's gone. So who will hear her story? Maybe only God will answer her story right now. That's why this is a good platform. Women come, we share our opinions, we share our experiences. We advise our audience, if you find yourself in a situation like that, you are worthy, you are important, you are precious, your life matters. What do you need to do? Seek help. Seek help. I just told you guys about a situation of my sister that married very young, and all of this happened to her very, very young. She left her marriage at 23. So for you guys to understand where how young she was, she left the marriage at 23. I was a flower girl when she got married. You understand? So it ended before you couldn't say Jack Robinson. The marriage was over. You know why? She was in the college at the time this thing was happening. You understand? My family is kind of open in the sense that you make inquiry, you read, you study, you make researches. You understand? So when they brought the issue that when she finally came back home, my mother, I was even happy. Hey, my sister is back. Or it was because I was a child. Then my immediate elder sister said, "Come on, go inside. You don't even know why they are back." I say, "Hey, what happened?" But she came with the children. Now, so hey, sister Nata. No, it was that kind of Nata, not going back. You understand? I was a young girl when these things happened. Then eventually, that man, like I said, I don't think he's a bad man. But like I said, something must have gone wrong mentally somehow, because his whole family, they are still nice people. To the point that his own father did not know how to come and collect the bride price. He refused to come. That's now the name he gave the second child that was born was Ndidi. So now this girl that God gave me she was patient to have given birth to a second child, because they knew something was wrong with their son. And there is no way they could help. But my dear, we're not going to remain there and die, okay? So that was the greatest thing that happened to that my sister. She left. People giving her advices where my brother was about maybe 19 when he was writing the letter, you have to leave. How can a 19-year-old person be having that kind of mind? Because we know what life is. Life is important. It's only the living that will have the mind to testify. This lady we are talking about now is not testifying again. She's gone. When relationship gets so bad, women, whoever that is hearing our voice today, our voices, please know that you have options. There are ways you can get help. Use your phone that you're using for selfie and all of that. Google, do research, look for assistance in your locality. There is one. I was so happy when the I think an NGO in Nigeria came up with this. It was Mercy Abayi that was their front lady at the time when they started, when Mercy was having domestic issue too. They campaigned. They have offices in 5 locations in Nigeria: east, north, south, west, in between. You understand? And they have hotlines that people can reach to get help. Like Constance, all of those people coming to your inbox, ask them to get help. A lot of people need help. Add them to
sorry. Pepe said the way people are getting divorced, it will be very risky for men to buy properties in the wife's name these days and vice versa. Now I say all these things is world problem. How can we solve this world problem? Because if you want to go this way, it's a problem. This way is a problem. Okay, now a man, for a man to use the wife's name on any property is out of trust, out of love, and out of we don't know what the future holds for us. We don't know what happened tomorrow. You understand?
My own no follow.
But on the other hand, again, when some men do it, the women will not take that advantage of divorcing the husband. So that's why I said all these things, it works hand in hand. The woman should be good, the man should be good. That is the solution to this world problem. Seriously.
Sister Constance,
it still gets to my own. This thing she's saying still gets to my own. My own is that I don't even talk on this matter because totally I no follow for the marriage. Because here we have like something like a land he bought in Port Harcourt. This happens beneath my nose. He has to, I don't have per se. As in, he can't even ask me for my own contribution. I don't say anything. I don't have a choice. He is the one he decides to tell me himself. Even his
no, do you know some women are in a marriage where they don't even know what is happening. They are totally ignorant of the income, the business, the assets, totally ignorant.
The one he bought in Port Harcourt, he happens to call one of a village lady. One lady they grew up together with. I'm even suspecting they're having an affair. He's continued telling me they don't have anything together. Is that lady that went to sign that land as a what do they call it?
Witness.
My dear, witness. Now I can't they look like this. So what
Tonya, like you said, you don't follow that this one because that your own. You were just a trophy wife. Wear dress, makeup, come and sit down. Don't say a word. And when you start saying words, that's where you start having problem. You understand? So your own is completely on a different level. But for women that are still in the same solution, we are happy Tonya left and she's alive to testify. You people have heard Tonya. If you find yourself in her situation, look for help. If your family is not there to help you, use your phone. I keep saying it. If you have a smartphone in this our generation and you're not using it for something vital, you have to reevaluate yourself. Use your phone. Google for help in your location, because if I put my own now in my location here, it's gonna give me the places located to me. If I go to Nigeria and in Lagos, type it's going to bring out things around Lagos. If there is no one in Lagos, it will pull it up if it's in Port Harcourt. You understand? Google for help. If you don't have a family to run to, look for that friend that can be there, thick and thin. Find that. So have good friends, because no matter how we say it, there are some friends that are better than siblings.
I am telling you.
A lot of people will want to do this, but when they look front and back, if you don't have a tangible something to keep you going,
that I am surviving now is not just me. It's because I have few good people around me. It's sometimes it's not really easy for one to stand on his or her own. It's not easy. You need people one time in your life.
Correct.
You know, before I told my story on Nikki's page, there was a lady that came before me. She made a point. She was like, those family members, you will be in good times with them, but immediately you lose your spouse, it has maybe another something entered there, as if you now become the enemy. These are people you were in good times with. You buy stuff for them, if they call you, you call them.
We start talking. When you have problem with your husband, people that cannot even stand in your presence to talk, we start talking. You see?
Constance, your case is really, we should talk about it one day. It's something I'm very passionate about. I'm a widow's daughter, so I am 100% passionate. When I say it, the things I know about my father, I heard from the community, I heard from outside. They are the ones that will come. If we come for Christmas, I say, hi, that death has dealt with us. That if you were those days, you understand? Hey, they're the ones I heard who my father was. I heard it from not just what my mother told me, but what others. Because I was very little, just like Constance little baby. Of course, he has no idea what you guys are going through or talking about. All he can see is a wedding picture on the television or hang somewhere in the house. That's what he can see, and that's the much he knows. And that was exactly what happened to me. I remember when I was 8 years old, I went to, on a vacation to my auntie's place. So she welcomed me to the house, and they was showing me the pictures on the wall and pointed one, who is that? I said, I don't know. The woman started crying. I was already 8. By the time he don't cry, he said, that's my father. I said, hey, that his picture is also in my mother's house in Onitsha. That was the way I said it. The picture, yeah, that this one is different from the one in our house. Because I don't have any recollection of who the man was. You understand? I was such a young person. But I tell you, widowhood is something we are going to dedicate a different day for.
Yeah.
You don't know what a widow goes through. I can only talk from the point of a daughter. My mother will not tell me all she was going through at the time. She had 8 of us, but eventually.
And I have a lot to say on that too, because my mother went through hell.
Yeah,
she went through hell.
You see, we have different.
So the extent I'm the one, all the family members that was when my daddy was alive, I was the one to bag my mother's head for her to mourn the husband as first daughter.
So the thing is that that one is a very big topic. We are going to definitely talk about it in this channel, hopefully, and it's going to be a very interesting discussion. People should be able to know how to work things out. There is never a dead end situation. That's what I'm saying. Building up friendship is important. Everybody should have a good friend. Everybody should have that shoulder you can lean on, even if it's just on a telephone. You understand? That person you can call to, and the person will say something that will put you to sleep. At least you have a comfortable night's sleep. Survivor is tough, but have we thought about how those that survived when there was no internet age, how they did?
Yeah.
You understand? Today you can have a look at how we are all over the place. We are from Greece, Europe to America to United Emirates, Nigeria, and then Senegal. How about those that were widows during my mother's time, when there was the only thing we had was a landline, no internet access, no anything. There were people that went through that and they survived. So if I see a widow that thinks your life is over, I will tell the person, you haven't looked inside yourself. You haven't asked yourself honest questions that you can bring. During my mother's time, she will bring kitchen, the way they wine or the local, that's a kitchen stool. She will bring a kitchen stool and sit down and say, Jehovah, let's begin. He will call on God. So just be having that conversation. You understand? It's very tough, but it's getting better today. And nobody should be left behind. Every woman should be made known. There are helps. You can get help. You understand? The point also, people should start building friendship. Building community. It might just be a community of 1 or 2, but it's still something that when it gets so tough, they will be there for you.
You will have a hand to lean on.
They will have your back, because this woman that we are discussing today about, look at it. She's in the past, completely in the past, because of bad relationship.
And she must have been living well. She must have been living well, and that is the anger of the man.
It could be. It could be. Constance, remember my friend I told you in Canada?
Yeah.
With 3 kids. You understand? She was the one that sent those videos to me. She was, because it was her friend. She knows this lady in question.
Wow.
And I already told you how that my friend went to Canada. Remember?
Yeah.
I've not had time to have a conversation with her over the phone to know what really happened. So people are going through, if you're in an abusive marriage, abusive relationship, please seek for help. Seek for help. The only thing I would advise is that the person should make up his mind you want to leave. We are not going to tell you leave your marriage, but seek for help. Because there are some people that when they leave, they will say you are the one that asked them to leave. They left because you pushed them. No. If you're having problems, seek for help, and help is available. So hosts.
Host, run up.
The Banigos, do you have anything to say before we round up?
I don't think she's close to her phone. So all I have to say in my own side run up is that the thing is, the woman we are talking about today, she's dead. She's gone. She can't speak for herself. You understand? So as a woman, don't let it get to that point of no return. As in, it's better to walk away with your legs than your body was carried away. Marriage is a beautiful thing. It works hand in hand. Like marriage is very beautiful, but if it's not working, walk away. It's never a do or die affair. People will say I could not stay in my marriage. People will say has led so many women to their early grave. Don't be ashamed to speak out. If you have someone to talk to someone. If you can find solution to your problem, fine. But if you cannot find, walk away. Several times, sit your husband down, talk one-on-one. What have I done to you? What is it that I'm not doing well? What is it that I'm not doing right? What do you want me to do so that marriage will work? But if the man is a goat and doesn't want it to work, walk away. This woman is there, and this is just paining me and peppering my body. She is gone. This could have been avoided. But now look at what we are saying. She's now in the past. When we're now using she was for her, because she's no more alive. So let's try, once it gets to that point of no return, withdraw yourself. Like if you are able to, if you cannot pick the courage to do so, get someone to give you the, because you know sometimes people might be going through some certain things, but because they could not get someone to talk to them, someone to advise them, or someone to lead them on, they cannot, they don't know what to do self. Because sometimes I find that some people will be like, just call me to seek for my advice, like ask me some certain question. And then of the day, me or my husband, I'll be like, how can you be asking me this kind of thing? Does it mean you don't know? Some of them don't know. Little things like, as in you expect people to know, they don't even know. So if that little thing you don't know, ask people to give you guidelines on how to go about it. I am not saying keep a bad friend or keep a friend that will influence you negatively. At least at the end of the day, I believe everyone should have that thing they call common sense. So if this friend is not helpful to you or is not giving you any positive energy or directing your life in the right path, I'm not saying you should make such a friend. But make friends that will be there for you at the end of the day when you have no one. A shoulder to lean on when it is very difficult for you. So what I'm saying in this whole issue is that number one is that the woman is dead and she's gone. So if you are in a marriage whereby you see that you cannot take it anymore, just walk away.
Run.
Thank you, guys.
And what I want to chip in a little bit before we conclude, ladies, women, even if just like Oyoyo said, even if it's vice versa thing, spouse specifically, please do take note of the type of person you are staying with. Please know when the red navigator, the red light is there, and run for your dear life. In putting that such consideration, still put in consideration about your own life. Think front and think back. They know near you for there like a goat. You must not die there. So know very well that in everything, because red flag must have been there in that marriage. Just like me, I pick race and I never return. Because he kept saying it, I will kill you. If we go to meet, you can never survive it. You will never, even if I kill you in this house, nobody will talk about it. You are going to go mad, I give you 3 days. All these things are caution. And me, I don't sleep. I told you people before. I don't sleep all the night. I used to keep my phone. I call this one. I call father. Even Reverend Father open mouth and tell me, pick race. We don't allow divorce, not for your case. When life is being tampered with, threatened, leave. But I couldn't still leave because of children. See, children, you're listening. These children will survive someday. These children will even prefer you are alive so that they will meet you up wherever you are. Today, what is happening? All the kids I had in that marriage, they look for me tooth and nail from no, even as we speak here, they are chatting me. So, ladies, learn how to survive first. The children must always survive. And as a woman,
thank you for that word.
As a woman, if you find something doing, because that is the most priority of what you will look for once you leave. If you find something doing, if you can stand like a human being and speak for yourself, you can always get those children to yourself if you want to. Yes, they can always migrate back. And that is their fear. The man horror's time is that thing. Because the last time I spoke with my ex, he told me that I should thank God he's taking care of those children. That the day I will take them from him, he will never know it. That is true. Because the day I decided to take all of them, he will never know it and he will never dream it. So thank you, audience. Nice meeting you guys. We love you. Spend time next
I want to say something before I will conclude. Our audience, the few people we still have in the chat, we still have about, I don't know how many.
Nessa.
Yeah. We have men that have gone through.
Unique Lady P. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, we have Constance.
Yeah,
she has quite an experience. We have Ochitonia's family. She has quite an experience. And also from my point of view, I have either family experience or something, you know, that related to me in one way or the other. Likewise, Mel, we all shared real life situations in this topic. Like we said, we are talking about when you see red signs. Tonya said, you have to survive first. And the only example I'm going to liken it to, if you are in an airplane and there is casualties, the hostess will tell you, please, before you give your child oxygen to breathe, make sure you secure your own.
Thank you.
You have to be on your feet first with your head intact before you do what? Consider, because of my children. I've seen a woman, she was trying to have male child for the husband. After the third pregnancy, doctor said, do not try again. Because of family, what the society will say, the pressure, the woman went on the fourth one and died on the theater table. The child still survived, and it happens to be a son. So the fourth child is a son, and that's the one that the woman, you know, met with. So you have to be alive first before anything. Once you are alive first, every other thing will fall in place.
Exactly.
Thank you all, and we're gonna let our host round up. This is the longest we've been today.
Host, wait. I greeted Nessa Growth, and Vanessa Zone is saying I'm here. That Nessa and Vanessa Growth, I am greeting everybody. I am greeting Unique Lady P. I am greeting Nemoza. Everybody that contributed to this topic, I am saying thank you so much for being with us, for your time, and also giving your own opinion. God bless you guys.
Yeah, so for me, what I'm going to say, you've all spoken well, but what I'm going to say is, family, please back off. And I'm talking about those family in Africa, when your child is complaining that something is not right, I want to get out, and you're saying, the Bible says what the Bible did not say. Look, every day in our life, we're not obeying all the 10 commandments, okay? So pray to God, God will forgive you. Whatever you think that is the thing you've done, that is wrong. So don't always force your child or your children to stay in a marriage that is clear that this marriage is toxic. You're not living with them in that house. That person that is telling you is the person that sleeps and wakes up with that particular man or woman. So the person knows. Nobody will see sugar and say they don't want to lick it, right, and spit it out. So if they are telling you that this thing is vinegar or this thing is bitter or this thing is salty, listen to them. Do your own investigation. Just don't sit in the village or sit wherever you are in your own home and say, no, you've left the house, we've taken bride price, we've taken this, we've done that, you will stay in that marriage no matter what. Nobody's going to laugh at our family. All this family name, you want to bring shame to our family name. There's nothing like bringing shame, because at the end of the day, when you lose your child, like this woman now, she's gone, she's gone. We can all sit and talk about her and all of that, but at the end of the day, those children don't have a mom anymore, and they're not even going to have a father. Yeah, they're also not going to have a father, you know, because at the end of the day, by the time this man goes to court and they see the evidence is clear that he planned this thing. So this is premeditated murder. So I don't even if he's going to be released, he's going to get some good amount of years in jail. Those kids will be grown already, grown without parents. This could have been avoided. The first time he chased her with machete was when they should have refunded the bride price and everybody go your way. She would have stayed in the UK where she was, or wherever, and then let him stay there. He looks like a lazy man anyway, so he wouldn't have been able to do much with his life. You know, the photo going around, you see that he's a very lazy man and not a very smart kind of person. He looks stupid. You know, he has this very stupid look. So I'm not even surprised that he would do this kind of thing to a hardworking woman that they said worked with him 4 good years, and she was able to bring up something for herself. Imagine what those children lost. A strong woman that would have taught them how to be strong children in society. A senseless man just took her life just because he wanted to reap from where he did not sow. So family, please back off. If the child said enough is enough, I'm going, it's okay to say don't come to my house. They can just patch up with their friends or somebody until they stand on their feet and they build their own house, rent their own apartment. But don't say, no, we're not going to return bride price. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. At the end of the day, people's lives are in danger. Yeah, so people should just, and just like Koyo also said, call out for help. Also, some people keep quiet because of this. The same, what will people say? Constance also said the same thing. What will people say? Even if you're doing good, people will still find something to say. You can never please everybody in this world.
Mel, I want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
You were talking about family. That's a great deal. Also, people, women, young ladies, young girls, do not be in any form of pressure to get married because you think, one, age is going against you. Secondly, what your family will say if you're single. I'm still going to have that conversation with my friend who happens to know this lady very well, because if you marry a man that is not your kind, because in all honesty, it will not work. If you marry a man because your parents said you must, it will not work. So we should be careful, because I don't know if this lady, if she was in the bank with my friend, you understand, that means, I don't know if she was already maybe in the, hey, my age mates are getting married and all of that kind of situation, and then ran into this one, and only God knows, you understand? So don't put yourself in that position to start feeling if you have money, if you're a young, smart man, have money, freeze your egg on time so that the time of fertility will not pass you by. Whenever
I'm part of that. Yeah.
Whenever you find a husband, you can have your own children. Yeah. So please, thank God for technology. Thank God for the new dispensation we are in now. A lot of new technologies coming up to help women, help people, help humanity. So find out what works for you. If you have money, freeze your egg if the husband is not coming. If you're my type that will say, if you're of age to have a child and you can take care of it, go and have a child. It's not a must you have a husband.
Yes, so
you can be alive to raise that child than someone who is married and under 6 feet below. Will not be there to raise that child. So there are several options. We should not be in any form of pressure, put ourselves in any, or even box ourselves that the society will dictate for us. No, we shouldn't.
You're very correct. I remember what a lady said to me not too long ago. She was like, all my friends are now all married, and I'm like the only one now. Like I feel kind of weird. It seemed like I'm just going to take any man I see. And I looked at her and I said, "Are you really serious or you're joking?" She was like, "I'm serious right now. I'm not even going to wait anymore, because what am I doing? I'm the only person in my group of friends, female friends, that is not married, and I feel like they're looking at me somehow." And I told her, I said, do you think like marriage is one bed of roses, or are your friends telling you that it's one very nice place
No,
that you
Mel,
just go and live all
Mel, you
easy and
know,
everything? I said, "Look, there's nothing
sometimes,
special in there. It's just it's a
no,
union, and
Mel,
you're going to have a lot of issues sometimes. You're going to have it nice, so just take your time and wait when the right one comes, but don't feel pressured. And if those your friends are looking at you somehow or treating you somehow, then just cut them off. They're not really friends, you know." That's just what I
Mel,
just said to this lady.
sometimes they can't help but feel that way. It's natural. Like, you feeling left out. As in, it's even if she's saying it, she has to say it out. You can't help but feel it. Like, why? As in, am I not that beautiful? Am I not educated? Why am I the only one remaining? You understand? So she's saying that she's going to just take just anybody, any husband. It's not something she meant, but she just said it out like, okay, if this is the option, like,
No, Constance, some of them do. They will mean it. My friend in the bank at the time, she tried the first relation, the first date. It was a colleague at work. So the first date, they went on the first day. The next day, the man never called her back. And the guy eventually married somebody from my branch, in the same branch where the girl came back and dated somebody and married somebody. So that kind of a situation, you'd be like, okay, you try this person will not like you, this person will not like you, this person will not like you. So she now said that there is this trader she was saying. I say, trader, which trader? Did he go to school? He said no. And what do I think? So, well, I have this thing with traders, so I'm sorry, but that's me. But if it works for you, you can find peace, move on. The girl married the guy. But when I now moved to the US, I learned they married and all of that. Today, she's a branch manager. The guy still has not upgraded any certificate, but they are living peacefully. You understand? So there are situations you find yourself. You'll be like, okay, I'm 30 now. Hey, next year we'll be 31 and I'm not in a relationship. What do I do? We shouldn't put pressure. If you have money, freeze your eggs and wait for the right person. That's just the way I'll say.
Okay, anything more before we round up?
just thank our audience.
Just keeps going and bringing a whole lot. So
new topic.
You want to say something, Constance?
I said just thank our audience and we go.
Okay. All right. So yes. It was a good discussion. I guess we did our best. Okay. So yeah, audience, we see you all. Okay. Even though we didn't read all the comments, we saw all of them. And if you notice, we were all looking down and reading and all of that. So thank you all so very much. We are grateful. Thank you so very much that you people were able to come here, chat with us. You gave us your own opinion also. That's what we need. We do not know who will come across this video now in the future or something, and the person might be able to relate to one of the stories that they heard here. Either the one of the lady that has passed on, they will be able to learn from this and move faster, so it doesn't get to that point, God forbid. They will be able to relate to different stories that has been told here. Ochtonia said hers, Nikki Global said her own, Constance gave, Oyoyo, the Banigos, everybody gave their own point with stories that they know happened to one or two persons that, so I hope people can learn from this and move fast. So thank you all so very much. We cannot start saying all the names because some people's name is no longer showing in the chat. So thank you all, each and every one of you that stopped by, even those our silent watchers, those people that breeze in, they just stay in the background. Thank you all so much. God bless you all so very much. And my host, you people nailed it. Everybody was just coming with baskets and a whole lot of points. I just love the fact that each and every one of you is always coming with strong points. Some that people that are watching us will really tell that we have our different opinion and we see things from different perspectives and we share that to the best of our knowledge. Thank you all so very much. I'm so
guys.
grateful.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Nessa, bye-bye.
So join us next time, okay? Next week, Thursday.
Amaka in London.
Amaka in London. Thank you.
Oh
All
yes,
right,
Amaka
guys.
is
Bye.
back. Yes,
Thank
and
you, guys.
Nnemuzo was in the
Nemuzo
first
is
one. That
something
first
as
one,
well.
as I was just
Nemuzo.
hanging around,
All
I
right. Thank
saw
you so
her.
much.
I wasn't even able to say hello. Nessa Growth, Vanessa Zone. Yes, all of you, all of you, all
Thank
of
you,
you.
and
God bless
bye.
each and every one of you. We're grateful.
All right.
Bye, 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 bye. All right.